What's goody, fellas? What's goody? What's popping? Can y'all hear me properly? Am I good?
Yo, yo,
Yeah, you
yo.
good. I can hear you loud and clear.
That's what's up. That's what's up. How y'all doing, fellas? How y'all doing?
Man, about as good as I can get. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm just
Only
vibing out. Excited for tonight's episode.
yeah, me too. There's some stuff that I'm looking forward to diving into. Digging deep. Pause. But yeah. Before we do any of that, let's. Oh, Bello, welcome in, bro. Welcome in. Welcome in. Now you guys know we're gonna do this all proper, like, right? Well, before we do any of that, let's just fix that section. I made a boo boo. No, I forgot something. My apologies, fellas. Um, Heartless, for a second, I thought when you came on camera that you were gonna be on camera tonight.
I was on my phone. You got played. You played yourself. Congratulations.
Here we go. There we go. All right, so let's just do this goddamn intro. My bad. So I had to just make a small tweak to the intro. All right, here we go, guys. Here we go. Welcome to Gamer Actual, your weekly deep dive in the biggest news in gaming. You can find us on all major podcasts. Start over.
You got this.
Thank God for editing. That shit out. Anyways, welcome to Gamer Actual, your weekly deep dive in the biggest news in gaming. You can find us on all major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcasts and Spotify, with a visual version of this podcast being available on youtube.com/gameractual. This podcast is also a part of the KXI network. To learn more about the KXI network and all our other shows, check out the podcast notes. Now, if you're enjoying our show, be sure to subscribe and leave a review. It really helps us out. Now, for tonight's episode, guys, we will. What the hell is going on tonight? Okay, for tonight's episode, guys, we will be checking out Lego Horizon Adventure, Ghostfoce coming to MK1, Xbox new venture. Guys, I didn't want to spoil that, and Overwatch Classic. With all that said, let's get into it, actual gamers. I'm
Very
your host, Cash,
nice.
and tonight we got the homie Heartless, and back to the show, the one and only PzoPlays. Pzo,
What's
what's good?
good?
Welcome in, bro. Welcome in. How y'all
What's
feeling?
good? I'm amazing. Just glad to be here. Glad that y'all brought me back. I had a good time the first time.
Yeah, bro. I'm glad you came back. I'm glad you had fun enough to want to come back. You know what I mean? That's a good sign. That's a good sign. But yeah, how y'all feeling tonight? How are you feeling?
I'm happy to be here, bro. As always, excited. Been
All right.
playing a lot of games.
Yeah. Pzo, what have you been playing?
So I've been in the middle of Dragon Age: The Veilguard.
Mhm.
I've also revisited a couple of games after having my PS5 Pro come in, and just trying to view the differences. What else? So I this is gonna sound crazy, but I have been playing GTA 5, the story of GTA 5.
I need to do that.
That's crazy.
It's not my first time or anything like that. Like, I've beaten this game like I don't know how many fucking times at this point. But since I've started streaming, I added something called crowd control, where essentially people just join in to
Bro.
sabotage me. They launched me in the air, they turned me into pigs and bunnies and hyenas and shit. It's nutty, the type of shit that you can do, but it's fun as fuck, man.
I know, because you want to hear something funny? Heartless and I
Yeah.
have been talking about this for months.
Yeah.
Months. We've been talking about
Elden Ring crowd control.
Yeah, for months.
Seamless co-op.
Y'all are gluttons for pain. Listen, man, I hope y'all need to figure out like how many coins it's gonna take for each one, because the very first moment a Millennia boss spawns in and I'm not ready, I'm cutting the stream off. I'm not about to deal with that.
No, we gonna kill Melania.
Bro, trust me. But I know Crack Control goes crazy. I know that for a
Yeah,
fact.
it's fun, man. It is.
Yeah.
It definitely is. If y'all decide to do that, though, let me know. I would enjoy watching and possibly inflicting. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So you said you got the PlayStation Pro. How is that
Yes.
compared to the original console?
So to start off, the too long didn't read is like if you've been watching reviews and stuff like that and you can't tell the difference, or if you're the type of person where you're watching someone stream and if they switch from fidelity mode to performance mode and you can't really tell the difference, this is not something that you need to buy. It's not necessary. The base PS5 game can handle the games, but if you're like me and you are a video game
Nerd.
a fucking nerd, then the little details like the ray tracing in Spider-Man 2 or Alan Wake 2, I feel like out of all of the games that I've played on the PS5 Pro, I would say Alan Wake 2 has probably been the most impressive,
Yeah.
but probably because it's the most atmospheric. But another one, God of War Ragnarok, it's definitely worth revisiting some of the games so that you can see the differences, different nuances and stuff like that. Assets loading in at farther distances, making like the scenic area around where you're at look just that much better.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, if you're like any one of us, then yeah, it'll be worth it. But again, it's not necessary.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, because I don't think I feel the need to get one. Like I have my PS5 right here, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I haven't touched my PS5 in months, bro. If this was a woman, it would leave me.
PC
Shit,
Master Race.
bro. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro.
Yeah.
I still haven't beaten God of War yet. I have Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Still haven't beaten that yet.
Wow.
I started playing Horizon, the first
Uh-huh.
Horizon game. And I started playing that on PS4, as a matter of fact, and I didn't beat it.
Yeah. Yeah.
What other game do I have? I think I have Beyond Good and Evil, the recent one. Shout out to Ubisoft, they sent me a free code. And then I got a few other games that are over there, but I just don't remember them currently. But I do have games on the PS5 that I want to play.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like my
Yeah.
daily driver is my Xbox, and that's mostly what I go to. Street Fighter's on there, all my other games are there, so for the most part.
Got you.
So,
Got you. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I will say, for the systems being 4 years in, the amount of games that PlayStation specifically has put out that is dedicated to the PS5 hardware, it hasn't really been one. It's been not that much. Most of these games, even God of War Ragnarok, was not cross platform, but cross generation.
Right.
So we haven't really seen too much of what allegedly the PS5 can do when it's just dedicated to that. I think the best case example might be Horizon Forbidden West, if you ever get to that. I will say, out of all of the PlayStation exclusives, Horizon's story is probably the hardest to get through because it's not very captivating. It's not very, very interesting.
Bro, you know what's crazy? I used to think I was the only one that game didn't capture.
No, I listen. I'm right there with you. Like I actually beat the game, but like after I beat the game, I was like, damn, like
there's no need to go back to it.
Yeah. Like I don't feel the necessity to go back. It's not like a Last of Us where I fell in love with one of these characters or something like that, or really resonated with somebody. It was just like a whole bunch of shit happening. Apparently, she's the chosen one, and
it's a beautiful game too. It's a beautiful game, but it's just like
very impressive.
It could never like hold me for too long. It could never hold my attention for too long.
Very understandable. Very understandable. So I would say I would go as far as to say, and that we'll kind of talk about that later in other topics. But I would say Horizon as a series is probably something that if there was a new place, let's say the PlayStation 5 was their first PlayStation console, I wouldn't recommend them starting with Horizon. I would recommend maybe Ghost of Tsushima. I would
I have
recommend
Ghost
For
of
sure.
Tsushima too.
I would probably recommend even like the God of War 2018 game. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Because there are
Facts.
sections, yeah, there are sections, and the fact that it kind of brings in the past and
Right,
builds on that in that game,
right.
it's a great jumping in point. It's a great jumping in point. So, but yeah, man.
Bello said he beat Forbidden West like 20 times. What is wrong with you, bro?
Listen, I will say so. The story is painful. I wouldn't play Forbidden West again. Like the story, that was a long ass story.
Yeah.
But the game, even to this day, I would go as far as to say it's still the most beautiful game that
Mhm.
has come out on this current generation.
No,
Um, if I were to ever go back for Forbidden West, it would just be to like do photo mode type shit, you know? Or if I'm like bored, maybe I do a little bit of combat because the combat system is a lot better
right.
in the sequel compared to the first.
Mhm.
But the main selling point for me was the performance in the like the art direction of the game. So, but 20 times though is
Wild.
almost as crazy as who was it that said they had like 8,000
Pinksy.
hours?
Pinksy. Pinksy
Yeah,
has
like
8,000 hours in Elden Ring. That,
I'm like, man. And in a game like Elden Ring, I'm like, y'all got more
Dedication is
patience.
real.
Yes.
bro.
More
Bro.
dedication, patience
But
than I
Elden
could
Ring
ever.
has that replayability for sure.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, yeah.
You can
100%.
make a new build every time and certainly get 8,000
Mm-hmm.
hours out of it.
By the
Mm-hmm.
way, Bello plays Spider-Man, I think Spider-Man 2 like a bedtime story. I think this dude says he plays this game every night before he goes to bed. So, I mean, if he could do
He
that
really
shit,
does. He really does.
bro. A lot of times, Bello, we'll be in a call with Bello and he'll be
Mm-hmm.
like, guys, I'm going to bed. And you'll look at Discord, because you know Discord. I call Discord Snitchcord. And you'll look at Discord, you see this dude
Just
playing
shows your
Spider-Man.
activity.
Yeah, he's playing Spider-Man. I was like, Bello, you lied to us. You just tell us you're gonna go play Spider-Man, bro. Like, you're not going to bed. You're not going to bed. Just you're gonna go play Spider-Man. It's fine.
Oh man.
But yeah. But yeah. But yeah, guys, we had some games that came out this week. And of course, you guys know that we tend to focus on three main games that I think people not only should possibly check out, but like sometimes they're so outlandish and out there. I feel like we have to talk. One in particular, which to me, I still can't believe they've made 25 versions of this game. And that, of course, is Farming Simulator 25.
It's a crazy world we live in.
Yeah,
For the
man.
love of God, bro. What? So let me break it down for you, right? So Farming Simulator is a game where you build a farm along a winded river and historic grain elevators in North America, surrounded by ponds in Central Europe or in a lush East Asian landscape filled with rice pedals. Okay. Near a neon lit port city, grow crops, tend to animals, practice forestry, and manage an empire of business ventures with farm shops, productions, and construction. This is Farm Simulator 25. I don't know, guys. Like,
What did
I'd
we
love
come
to
to?
hear your thoughts. I'm saying though, I'd love to hear your input on this, guys. I'd
Welcome
love
in,
to hear your
Pinksy.
input. What's your input on this? What do
I
y'all think
can't do
of this?
simulator games.
Why not?
I mean, I can just go get a job, make money.
Bro,
That's real
You-
simulator.
this this and there's another one, Power Wash Simulator that recently came out. That's also a
I
crazy
see a
one for me
lot of
too.
people play that.
Yeah. I've seen people do like the Halo version where you clean the warthog.
Yeah, I've even seen like the SpongeBob, like they got the SpongeBob houses. I think they just added Shrek and shit. Like
Yeah, the Shrek one. I've seen that too.
As far
I don't
as
know.
farming simulator goes, like, I
I don't
mean,
know.
I'm sure there's a farmhand out there that's also like a nerd, right?
Mhm.
Where
But
you know
bro,
how hoopers are like ball is life. They're like corn is life. You know what I mean?
but do
So
basketball players actually go to play 2K after they're done, like, after they
They
leave the
do.
sport?
They do.
yeah,
Some of them do.
Really?
Yeah, it's
yeah,
crazy, huh?
yeah. I
That
know.
Ball's life.
blows my mind.
I know. Even before like Bronny was in the league, like he would be playing 2K and COD nonstop in between like being in the tourney and shit like that. Like
Mm,
sports, I feel like sports players, just the allure of being like, yo, I'm in this video game is enough for them to be like, yeah, I'm about to get the next Madden or I'm about to get the next, 2K or whatever, which understandable. If I was in a fucking video game, I would probably get everyone too. But this is a little different. This is farming simulator. I don't think that they're scanning the likeness of any farmers out there,
I
But
doubt it. I doubt it.
but yeah, no, I mean, it's not for me, but there's definitely a crowd for it. They have 25 different versions, so obviously somebody's buying the shit. Somebody's
Mhm.
buying it.
Whoa,
But
whoa, whoa!
yeah,
Welcome in conflict. What's up, y'all? Coming from Blue Sky, creator of the Black. Oh, okay, that's what's up. You might be coming off a pizza because I'm not
hey,
on Blue
yeah,
Sky at
yeah,
all.
yeah. I just
Shout
put
outs
a
to
post
you.
out there. Yeah, I just
Yeah,
put a post out
that's
there. Yeah,
fire. Welcome in, welcome in,
yeah.
welcome to the
Welcome,
Game
man.
Reactual podcast,
Welcome,
bro.
welcome, welcome. How
Yeah,
you doing, man? Jokic is like top ranked on Overwatch 2. That is
He really is.
insane to wrap my head
He's
around.
top
I've
500 in
never.
Overwatch too.
who?
That's nuts.
Jokic.
Yeah, he's damn near in the MVP race just about every year at this point. And the fact that he's top fucking 500 in Overwatch
That's wild.
is crazy. That's actually
That is
crazy.
crazy.
I had no clue.
Yeah. Yo, Cube said I play Power Wash Simulator. I just played because I was about to crash out, so I did something before I did something. Wow, happy, happy. But yeah, guys. Moving on. So another game that came out this week was why am I so huge? Like, what's going on here? Let's fix that, please. Weirding me out. Thank you. Was Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D remake. God damn, that's a lot of words mushed
Mhm.
together. Again, it's the reimagining of the beloved masterpiece. Narrative beginning in the Erdrick trilogy, set many years before the original Dragon Warrior in a world separate from the first two games. The story revolves around a hero, son or a daughter of the legendary warrior Ortega. Is any of you guys a Dragon Quest fan?
Not I.
I think this is
I've
a
always loved the art
Toriyama.
style as a kid.
Yeah,
Exactly.
because it's Toriyama, so it's pretty cool in that aspect. I've never played any of the Dragon Quest though. I never played any, but I think this might be a good time for me to hop into it.
If my Wallace was lined in the early 2000s, then maybe I would.
Yeah, there's a lot of games that I missed out in that
You know what
generation.
I'm
I'm gonna be
saying?
honest. There's a lot of games I missed out in that
Yeah.
And it's
generation.
just like if I just had the money, like these games, like I miss Monster Hunter. It just
Right.
wasn't within the budget.
Right. So now it's like a lot of these games. It's like I'm taking revenge. I'm seeking revenge at this point. So I'll get them once I
Facts.
see them. I get them, even if I don't play them right. That's why I have a crazy backlog. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. 'Cause I'll see games and I'll be like, oh damn. Especially if it's on sale.
If it's on
Forget about
sale,
it,
I
bro.
live on the sale.
Yeah, man.
Forget about it. Like I just bought Soul Reaver. I bought all the Soul Reaver games. And when I bought it, here's the crazy part. I bought it and then they announced that a remake was coming out. I was
Played
like,
you.
I hate you people.
So I've been having much of the same experience. There was like a deal on Steam where they had everything kind of packaged together, but it was like Black Mesa, Half-Life, all of those games,
Yeah.
and those came out like way before I was even thinking about getting a PC. But apparently they're super beloved, and like I'm maybe like a third of the way through Black Mesa, which is the remake, the outsourced remake of the original Half-Life.
Mm-hmm.
It's good. It's fucking good.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Even to this day, like
I
I actually
played
can't wait to start the second one.
You want to hear something crazy? I played
Yeah.
Half-Life in black and white.
In black and white? Was that by choice or?
So I got a PlayStation at the time, and it
Yeah.
was from the UK, and because of that, I think UK uses a different frequency. I think it was NTFS. No, I think they use PAL, and we use NTFS over here in the West, right? So I
Yeah.
got it, and I was like super excited to play this game,
Mhm.
bro. And I got it. I had that. I had Vex. Never forget that game either. Vex was dope. And do you guys remember the Getaway?
The Getaway. That sounds
Bro,
familiar.
it's like a heist game. It's Grand Theft before the Grand Theft, if you know what I mean. The Getaway, bro.
Hold on, I'm pulling up a picture right now. Yeah. Oh no. Yes, I actually do. Hold on. I think my uncle actually had this game.
It was a very cinematic, like gangster type game
Yeah.
too, bro. This
Holy shit.
So I got a few games, and I had Half-Life, bro. And I played
Yeah.
Half-Life in black and white. I'd love to play Half-Life again because I don't remember shit. Because nothing looked. It just was great. It was great, black and white, bro. So I'd play that again.
Well,
For
shit,
sure.
that's a core memory, man. Core
Yeah,
memory
bro.
as a gamer now. You know.
I want you guys to kind of see what Dragon Quest looks like. The remake looks like nowadays.
It looks like it's made
They-
in the Unreal Engine with 3D backgrounds and just 2D pixels.
Yeah,
It's nice.
Fire. It's fire, bro. I actually love what they're doing with it. Can I show it, please? Thank you. Like, look at this. Like, my only analog for this is Chrono Trigger, so it's kind of reminding me of Chrono Trigger. Imagine if they redid Chrono Trigger like this.
It's crazy. We live in a day and age where this game came out after Cyberpunk.
Mm-hmm. Trust me, people will be buying this though because
Yeah.
they
It's
grew
nostalgia.
up playing it.
Yeah, man. I seems
Honestly,
to
if
be
the
a
writing
recurring
is great,
theme.
that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Sometimes if the story is amazing and the only way to get access to that story was through this game, this is not going to stop people from getting access to that story.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, I like it. I'm actually looking forward to checking this out as well.
Yeah, this is nice. I like it.
Yeah.
Mhm. That's crazy to hear Heartless say that too, because I don't think Heartless is this kind of. Even though I feel like Heartless is kind of like.
I like
I
the
guess you
Final
could say-
Fantasies. I like
Yeah.
this art style is always my thing as a kid.
Mhm. Not only that though, I feel like you're expanding your palette a little bit to more games. You're opening up to more games, which is why I'm so excited for you to play Prince of
I
Persia
always
The
told
Lost
you
I
when I got
was just about to bring that up.
about what?
Prince of Persia.
Yeah.
Oh, Prince of Persia.
Yeah.
That's crazy. See the way my bank account was set up?
Right.
See the way my
Right,
Steam
right.
account was set up?
We did say we would have gotten it for you, but nah, you don't want to do that.
Oh, you have
Who's-
no excuse now. Come on, man.
right?
No, Cash. No one said they get it from me. They said that Cash was like, "Yo, I'm gonna check my Ubisoft account and see if I can slide you access."
I think you can though. I could just send you my login for Ubisoft and you play it from that.
Let's
what
do
I
it.
said.
Let's do it. I beat it
But-
in a day.
But you can't. I promise you can't.
Yeah.
I beat it in a 2-hour stream.
You will not. You will not.
Nah, I'm just playing.
But you had issues with
yeah.
Ubisoft. That's why I was like, can you still use the Ubisoft
The
application?
client.
Yeah,
Let me
because that
try
was
it.
the issue.
You know what? I'm scared if I try to run it now, I'll get another blue screen because that was like
Please.
the only time I ever got blue screens.
Please don't.
Yeah.
Let's do it after the show, please.
Let's survive.
Yes, please. All right. So another game that came out, the aforementioned game that we actually were kind of lightly talking about at the beginning, was Horizon. But this is Lego Horizon Adventure, the loose adaptation of Lego Horizon Zero Dawn. No, Lego Horizon. Loose adaptation of Horizon Zero Dawn, of course, with a Lego twist. Play as Aloy in this new asymmetric Legolized adventure. The world is extremely customizable and also has co-op after the prologue. So I think that's also kind of cool. But I've never been a Lego guy.
Yeah, me either.
I like
I've
building
never been a
Legos.
Lego guy.
I know a lot of people have like core memories with the Lego Star Wars games and the Lego Marvel games and stuff too.
Mhm.
So I think I just kind of missed out on that wave.
Yeah, but I heard the Lego Skywalker saga was actually
Mhm.
pretty damn good because I
Oh,
think it
really?
got like high ratings too. Let me double check
Mm.
that. And I'm pretty sure it had like above average, like it was like 8 to 9 out of 10.
Mm.
Yeah, so Lego Star Wars. Let me see. Lego Star Wars rating. Yeah. Yep. High ratings, bro. Metacritic. It's sitting at an 82 on Metacritic, bro.
God damn.
It's not
Yeah.
bad.
It's game of the year according to Trez.
Yeah, bro. It's at 82, bro. It's crazy. But yeah, bro. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about the Lego Horizon.
Mhm.
I mean, I already have a hard time playing Horizon, let
Yeah,
alone
we
a
was just talking
Lego
about that.
Horizon, right?
Mhm.
So I don't know.
Personally, I mean, I think this is just their foray into another market because it's going to be on PlayStation, it's going to be on Switch.
Mhm.
Honestly, that's just kind of what it comes down to, and it's a little bit more accessible, maybe for like kids. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because
Yeah,
That's what I was gonna say.
exactly.
That's what I was gonna say.
That's
So
exactly
you
what
now
this
get
is.
to add kids to the mix.
and
Mhm.
I'm kind of wondering, like, with PlayStation, what is like the driving force behind putting this much into Horizon of
Think
all
about
of
this.
all of the
Think about this.
IPs?
All
Think
their
about this.
IPs.
They make this game, right? Lego game.
Mhm.
You got 10-year-olds who buy this game.
Mm-hmm.
The PlayStation 5 Pro will still be here in 5 years, and it will
Mhm.
run Horizon beautifully. They buy this game. They're now introduced to the thingy, to the franchise, the IP.
Right.
And when they're old enough to, get into the actual Horizon game, then they have all those games to play.
They're trying to turn Horizon into a household name, is what you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah, and that's really where the crux of my question is coming from. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
I don't know what makes Horizon the best fit. Maybe
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't know.
I
I
think
mean,
it's
because
their way of kind of thinking out of the box, I guess.
so I mean, then what was like the point of maybe like Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, right? I
Mhm.
feel like that's something, maybe not that game specifically, right?
Mhm.
But a Ratchet and Clank game, or
I think they're trying to
um
get another God of War style, like God of War.
mhm,
Like how God of War is kind of like an interactive movie, essentially.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think Horizon, not this game, but Horizon itself is kind of similar in the sense the graphics are
Right.
so beautiful. When the
Mhm,
cutscenes come along, you feel like you're playing
yeah.
an interactive thing. I think Sony likes that style of that being like something that represents them and their brand. And I
Mhm,
think just Horizon is just a popular game that pulls that off as well. And
yeah.
maybe they're trying to
Also,
lean towards that direction because it worked.
Mhm.
also, this is not developed by Gorilla either. This is a third party company.
Oh, really?
Yes, it is a third party company. I think let me double check the name. I don't wanna. It is PlayStation Studios,
Right.
Sony Interactive, but doesn't say. But it's not Gorilla because if it were Gorilla, we would have seen it. So Gorilla is not the ones who worked on the game. Um, Studio Gobo. So I think it says Studio Gobo. So Gorilla is attached to it, but I think it's their involvement. It might be very small. Let me see what Studio Gobo has worked on. This might be their first game.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
I mean, it looks, for all intents and purposes, it
It looks
looks,
impressive.
yeah,
Yes.
it looks impressive. Yeah.
Mhm.
I will say, like, the older, like, Lego games, like from what I've seen and back in the days when you could kind of play the demos at like Walmart and shit.
Right.
Ah,
Um, I mean, like, it's 1,000% more detailed, so I can appreciate that. There's a lot of this shit was like kind of
Mhm.
limitations at the time, so you just get like regular like chairs and walls and shit, and certain things will kind of break into Legos.
Mhm.
But I feel like like when I'm looking at this gameplay, I feel like if I was to just swipe my hand across that, all this shit would just knock over and break into however many pieces. So, yeah, well,
I have a theory.
not for me, but I like it. What's up?
What's your theory?
I have a theory. Here's the reason why they probably chose Horizon.
Mm-hmm.
It's a popular game, sure, but it doesn't have. I don't want to say it doesn't have It's not mainstream. It is mainstream, but I don't think it has that strong of a fan base. So it's still a newer IP, so they can take a lot more make a lot more creative liberties as opposed to like a game like God of War. If they were, you'd be crazy if you saw a God of War, a Lego God of War game. Let's keep it real, bro.
That's
Let's keep it a
hilarious.
buck. Or a Lego Ratchet and Clank. It would feel off. Like, what would be the purpose of this? But this feels like it could actually work. Oh, they're showing off
What is this?
Harry Potter. That's Lego Harry Potter.
Okay, so we're on a different game at this point.
No, they're just showing it. I guess they were comparing. Yeah.
Okay.
But this is more. But this is asymmetric. The older Lego games are not usually like that.
This game looks beautiful. Look at this.
It does. It looks like the Lego movie, to be honest. Like the movement looks very similar, very fluid, and I like the action. The action is actually pretty cool. But I think this is more for like, I don't want to say it, but this looks more geared towards children, bro.
Yeah, no, it 100% is. I feel like this is made to be accessible for kids that, when they look at regular Horizon, it kind of looks a little maybe losers to them. But this is like a easier way to kind of get into it. Like, maybe you had your feelings about the game, but the Lego game was fun. So maybe you give it a try. Maybe you like it or maybe you don't, but it's just getting you interested in the IP. I think is just where this is coming from.
Plus, you can bring it on the go because you can play it on Switch.
On Switch, yeah.
So there's that, and I'm pretty sure majority of the owners of Switch are children.
Let me understand this correctly. Horizon is a PlayStation exclusive game.
Yeah.
Console. Well, no. I mean, it's
on PC,
PlayStation.
But it's not an Xbox.
It is on PC, but it is a PlayStation game. It's a PlayStation property.
So it's everybody but Xbox. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's a PlayStation IP.
But now this is on Nintendo Switch.
Yes, it is.
That's crazy to think about, kind of.
Yeah. So that's
the power of Nintendo.
Yeah, I was gonna say, when you do your own thing and have your own separate market, like it doesn't matter like what you come out with. Nintendo is never like in direct competition with Xbox and PlayStation. They have their own market between like the Wii, the Switch, etc. I think the closest they've probably been with being in market is back in the day, like GameCube.
Yeah, they removed themselves
like that.
No, they removed themselves from that. They removed themselves altogether from that conversation years ago.
Going handheld focus.
Yeah, by going handheld with Switch, they totally removed themselves. Totally removed themselves from that conversation. So they're more of a like we've said this on the show multiple times. They are a companion piece because even if you're a PC player, you're gonna want to get a Switch to play whatever Nintendo IP you want to get your hands on. For me, that was Metroid or Zelda, right? If you're an Xbox guy, it's the same thing. It's never going to change. And Nintendo will never put their games on another platform. Never, right? The closest they did to that was mobile on your phone. I think you can play like a Mario game now on your phone, and now the Pokemon game.
Pokemon Go, yeah.
But that's as far as they go. I promise you, we're not going to see anything else. I doubt it.
Damn.
Why would they? Why would they?
No Smash Bros on the PS5, man. That's crazy.
Would they? Why would they?
Yeah, no, they would never do that. They would never do that.
But yeah. But this game was fun. Like I said, I'm not going to spend full price for this. Like, how much is this?
No.
I'm pretty sure it's like the standard.
Yeah.
Lego Horizon price. I'm pretty sure. Yep. $59.99. I don't think I'd pay full price for this. I'm sorry.
For sure gonna pass. For sure gonna pass.
How rich?
If I had like a
drop $59.99 on this,
if I had like a child, I would probably think about getting it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
probably.
Maybe something
But
because I'm sure you
I
can do
have
split
kids.
screen on this too.
Cash got 2 kids and he's not
I
thinking about
got 2
getting this.
kids, but I'm not getting it.
Well, shit.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys though. My kids don't really play video games like that, bro.
They're
Oh,
smart
okay.
kids.
They don't. They rarely even play on their tablets, bro. Like they
They just
have
work out and read all day.
They have limited screen time, bro. Limited screen time, max 2 hours. Max 2 hours.
A month.
Yeah, because we're Jesus Heartless. Nah, I'm not that evil. But we're trying to not have them too attached to the tablets and all that stuff because they're young kids, and that is it can get very addictive. So try to
They don't know any better.
they don't know any better. So, but
And
yeah,
they can end up like Cash. 1,700 video games.
not only that, 3 monitors. Like
3 monitors.
Freaking
Looking
monitors.
like
Damn.
Lucius Fox
Batcave.
from
Yeah.
from the Dark Knight.
Yeah, bro. So, but yeah, guys. So guys, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this podcast. Of course, our first topic tonight, which I'm pretty sure Pizza was looking forward to getting into. I'm really fucking not. I'm really not. But let me just break it down. Ghostface comes to MK in the Combat Pack 2. All right. So recently, they confirmed that Ghostface is coming to the game. And he has a crazy moveset, which is crazy. The character also has some magical elements, which is a far departure from what we've come accustomed to when it comes to this character. But anyways, and it also features a bunch of references from the film franchise, right? Including 6 and the original film. To me, can I give my opinion before I ask you guys?
Ahead.
He feels like a dollar store noob Cybot that has a knife fetish. That's how I look
see
at
how
it.
you could get that. I see how you could get that.
Okay, so now that I pointed that out, so please give me your opinions. What are your thoughts on this new character,
Man,
noob Cybot?
So like I feel like the concept, right? Like they wanted to do something new, but from what I've seen from like the move set, like I saw one of Scorpion's like old moves. He had like this little like fire backflip that he used to do in 11. I think I saw like something that looks similar to
Man has a
Melina's
teleport.
Yeah, yes. Like and then
Right.
he had this like crawling move. I don't even know where the fuck that kind of
That was creepy. I saw it. That was creepy.
But it gets a little too gimmicky, and then also like I don't think it brought anything new. I feel like for what the character has available, there's like 2 or 3 different characters that you could play that may be arguably even stronger. We'll have to see like whenever it actually drops and how everything is balanced and whatnot. But it didn't really bring anything new. Now I will say that the fatality was cool though. I actually enjoyed the fatality, but
of course we can't show that on stream.
Of course, yeah. Gotta keep it monetized around here. But
right.
But yeah, no. Aside from that, it's just like, oh, okay.
Wait, you can't show the fatality on stream?
No, you can't show any kind of gore like that. You're gonna have to censor it, especially with Mortal Kombat, because the game is so like hyper realistic. That's the why.
Yeah, like if you watch any like Mortal Kombat like content creators, what they'll do is they'll like change the hue of the game to where everything is like green or blue or something like that. That way
Sometimes
it's like
black and white.
Yeah, where I mean it's still happening, right? It's still gruesome, but it's not like 1-to-1 blood, gore, and violence type shit. So,
I did not know all this.
Yeah,
Crazy.
And I have a blur feature for that reason. I have an automatic blur, and I learned my lesson from playing Dante's Inferno. When I get to the last boss, the devil, boy was dangling, bro. Man was like touching knees. So if you know what I mean.
What's going on here? What are you saying?
You don't get it? Man was dangling, bro.
Yeah, man. It's gruesome.
To his knees.
To his knees, bro.
Very gruesome.
Very
gruesome. Yeah, my first run in with that. I think I did a review on
Yo, I was
On
on
the
stream and
dangle?
nobody.
You reviewed the
Bello
dangle?
warned me. Bello warned me the minute it was happening. Oh, by the way, Cash. And I was like, wait, whoa.
Don't let my wife see this.
Bro,
I'm crying.
yo, that was insane, bro. I'm glad nothing happened, bro. I'm surprised. But I'm small, so they're not gonna, small streamer type stuff. But this whole magical element, how do they explain it?
I don't think they do.
They do.
I think you
Wait,
just
talking about Ghostface?
Yeah.
It's Cobra and Kira.
Who's Cobra and Kira?
wait a minute from Deception and like
Wait, this
Wait.
Ghostface iteration is 3 different characters
Oh, from Mortal Kombat.
from Mortal Kombat.
Effing shot.
Yes.
I
They are
okay.
pretending to be Ghostface. That's the whole. That's the coolest part of this whole thing because
That's kind of cool.
it is cool. It is
about
cool.
that.
It is really cool. That's why he has Mortal Kombat moves. That's why he has some magic because it's Cobra and Kira. But let's not forget, this is still Mortal Kombat, and it sucks.
Yeah. Okay. First, I'm not saying yeah to that. Okay, I will never push the MK sucks agenda on here. I will be on that hill, burning alive before I say that. But no, I mean, I guess since they use characters that are not like super duper popular, I guess because I mean nobody was really looking for like a Cobra reveal or a Kira reveal. So okay. All right, I'll go for it. But I did not know that though. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I must say though, I like how they handled the teleport portion of this game. It's like him just calling in someone else from off screen,
Yes.
and they just run on screen.
Yeah,
So that's kind of cool from the other side. So that's fire. I like that.
So it's 3 of them. It's Cobra, Kira, and then the third one is actually the character himself from the movie. From the movie.
Okay.
Yes. So he got in cahoots with 2 Mortal Kombat characters.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
That's fire. That's fire. That is
fire. That is fire.
That's an interesting concept. That's actually good ass storytelling too, if you think about it.
It is.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That
You should.
changed my whole perspective of the character, sure, but at the same time,
yeah, no, I'm still not impressed with the actual gameplay aspect of it. But that is a cool concept, though. I again, I was not aware.
Yeah,
I was not aware.
I still don't feel like it's justified. The character being here is not justified. Just isn't.
It's a cash grab. Like anytime you have like these movie characters like Homelander. Oh, I say movie, but Homelander, Omni-Man, like people
my boy right there, Homelander.
People fucking hate Homelander.
Yeah.
What? I love him.
They hate playing against Homelander. Homelander, at one point in time, I've been so far removed from MK1 because I have my own thoughts about MK1. But around the time that I was making my exit, playing against Homelander I would rather rip my fucking eyeballs. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cuss. I would rather rip my eyeballs. I can't talk my eyeballs out.
But it was funny. Why you're saying that while you're actually, touching your eyeballs? So I thought you were about to.
It made my eye itch. It made my eye itch. Thinking about fighting Homelander made my eye itch.
Damn. What's the deal with the character?
God, dude. I mean, I'm trying to figure out where to start because like people complain about the like the laser move set he has. People complain about his grabs. I think at one point he had like an infinite combo before they patched it. It was a number of things. I'm gonna be honest with you. It wasn't just one specific thing. There was a point in time where you couldn't fight with him in like the actual tourneys and whatnot. But yeah, no, it was just I think I fought him maybe 3 times online, and then I said, you know what?
The Homelander made you quit Mortal Kombat.
I'm gonna retire.
Homelander made you quit Mortal Kombat, bro.
Yeah, man. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I say that, but they drop another story DLC, and of course I'm gonna be back. But
are they gonna drop another story DLC?
Well, they said that this game is gonna be in service for like a long time. and that this story pack was not the last one.
I
So
somehow seem to doubt that.
Because
Really?
the game being supported right now? I don't think people are playing the game.
It got removed from Evo.
Yeah, it was.
so yeah, so it did get removed from Evo, but WB, one of the games that they said, or one of the franchises that they said that they are putting their all behind. They said, of course, DC, but primarily Batman, Mortal
I remember
Kombat,
this.
and I think they said Harry Potter as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's they made their decision, right? It's too late to be like, oh,
Not only that, DC, they tend to not learn their lessons. They did just like think about they're still supporting Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, bro. And
yeah.
Mortal Kombat is doing slightly better than Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. So yeah, if you say they're going full send on Mortal Kombat, I can
Mhm.
kind of believe that shit.
Yeah, yeah. There's no telling if there will ever be like another Injustice game anytime soon.
I think that was what the rumor was though, that they're the
Yeah,
next
because
game.
they usually like alternate between Mortal Kombats. This is actually the first time in a while that they just back to back. They went from 11 to 1.
Yeah.
So I was fully expecting Injustice 3,
Injustice, me too. Me too.
but yeah, no, they talking to like Ed Boon and seeing like interviews, reading up on interviews and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, they definitely said that they plan on keeping this. I don't know. I don't think he specified for how long.
Mhm.
So that's that remains to be seen. But yeah, there's definitely going to be more stuff, like more story content, and they're adding more characters to the roster. So,
Right.
but yeah,
Speaking of WB, do you know about about Rocksteady and what their potential next venture is gonna be?
yeah, I heard that they are trying to go back to Batman.
Yeah, and fuck it up some more.
And I'm like,
Crazy.
man, there's so much wrong now, like between Suicide Squad and then also my GOAT, Kevin Conroy passing.
Right.
It's not going to hit the same. You would have to like do a full reboot. This is like a completely different timeline because
A whole new universe.
It's not
yeah,
a reboot. It's gonna be in the future. So, let me explain to you what's gonna
not
happen.
Batman Beyond.
Yes,
What?
exactly. Batman
His
Beyond.
eyes lit up.
Yeah,
I love Batman Beyond, but I'm like
Yeah, me too.
spinning out of this.
yeah. Because so here's what's gonna happen. They're gonna work on 2 Batman games. They're gonna work on a remake, which to me doesn't make any sense. They're gonna remake Arkham Asylum, right?
Mhm.
But I think this was last episode I explained this. This is what I think they're doing. They're trying to restore good faith in the
Mhm.
studio before they
Yeah.
do a new venture, which is why they're gonna remake the Arkham Asylum and be like, see guys, we're going back to our original roots. We're trying not to fuck shit up anymore. Right? And then they're
Yeah.
gonna come out with Batman Beyond because they want to get people excited. That's why they're gonna
Mhm.
do the first game, then into Batman Beyond. But again, this is just a theory, a nerd theory.
If they do it right, I would not be opposed to it because the Arkham series is near and dear.
Oh, me too, bro.
I just, the whole Arkham Asylum remake, I'm not really sure why.
I don't. It doesn't
Michael.
make sense to me because the game holds up pretty well. Like if you
Yeah,
play the game right now,
I, I would honestly fire up between Asylum, especially City. Like I think City
City,
might be my
City was my
favorite.
favorite one, bro.
hmm
City was my favorite one.
And Arkham Knight still holds up to this day, like
Ark,
graphically, gameplay. Aside from the tank missions, I fucking hated
yeah,
those.
I fucking hate the
But
damn missions.
The
They had
combat was
Slade.
revolutionary.
Yeah,
oh yeah,
they had this, bro. They had you fight Slade in a fucking tank. That shit pissed me off so
he's
much.
literally one of the best martial artists in DC Universe, and you chose to put him in a fucking tank.
A tank, bro. A tank. A tank. Which is why I loved Origin so much.
Yes, because that boss fight was
that fight,
nice. I love that boss fight, man.
People sleep on Origins, I feel like.
Yeah,
Origins wasn't a bad game. It was actually a
people.
pretty
I
good
don't know
game.
what the issue was with trying to gatekeep it. Like it was a separate studio, sure, but
That's
like
why.
I mean,
That's
they
why.
yeah
Kevin Conroy wasn't attached. That's the other
yeah
reason. But he
yeah
explained why he wasn't attached to it. It's not that he didn't want to. So while they were developing Arkham Knight,
uh-huh.
they were developing Origins, which is why he
So he
couldn't
was tied
double.
up.
He
Yeah.
was tied up in, and
Mhm.
they were doing that for 2 years. They were doing Arkham Knight for 2 years. I read it. I watched the interview. He was talking about it. That's why he couldn't get attached to that, right?
Well,
So, but the game was fun to me. But I didn't play the game when it first came out because I was one of those people that was like, "Fuck this game, I don't want to play it." And then long after, like 2 years ago, bro, I was like, "Let me try it out," and I was like, "Oh shit, I'm
it
an
wasn't
idiot."
bad. It wasn't bad, man.
It wasn't bad,
It was
bro.
not bad.
It was not bad at all. So I think also Bruce is actually going to be in Beyond too. So I think they can just probably just get somebody like an older voice actor to, and it will. But he also played older Bruce Wayne in Beyond, so it's like
They're still gonna complain.
people are gonna complain.
Yeah, it's the internet. Even if Kevin Conroy came back to life and voiced the character, they would find something to nitpick either about Terry or the new Joker or whatever the fuck. It's
But he was in Kill the Justice League.
Yeah, that
he was the main Batman. So,
mm-hmm.
And then they came out afterwards and were like, "JK guys, Batman's actually not dead because the whole backlash."
Bro,
So,
not to get too off topic, right? But I think I was out of the story whenever King Shark grabbed the fucking lantern ring, put it on, and like attacked the ship. I'm like,
no,
the ring chooses you. You
exactly.
don't pick
You don't
up
choose the ring.
a green ring on the ground and turn into a superhero.
Not only that, this man knew the oath. He knew the oath. How do you know the oath?
You're from Atlantis. You've been in the sea before you got captured. How would you know about Oa?
Man just put on the ring. Green Lantern died. Yo, Heartless. The minute a lantern dies, the ring leaves to try and find its next fucking owner. This dude picked it up off the ground and wore it.
This game's fraudulent. Fraudulent.
And I was like, yo, when I saw that, I was like, wait, this don't make no sense. Like, what's going on here?
I'll be honest with you. I was like, they're just going out in a blaze of glory, man. Just fuck it all.
That's not a blaze of glory, bro. They're burning everything, bro. They're burning it.
Yeah.
Like, this is why I can't. That's why I'm so skeptical of this whole Batman venture.
Yeah,
like
they have every right to, and that's probably why they're going back to it, because it's like, okay, we have to go back to the thing that people can actually trust us for, but you really have to like nail it again. You know what I mean? It has to be. It has to be better than Arkham Knight. I mean, you can't be on the same level of Arkham Knight. It has to be immensely better.
Yeah. Not only that, you're gonna have to justify this remake. When this remake comes out, you have to now have people say, you know what, this made sense once they start playing it. Because a lot of detractors are going to be there. They're going to be like, especially if they play the game and it's like, it doesn't feel any different.
Yeah.
What was the purpose of this remake?
Just updated graphics. That's not going to justify a $70 price tag at all.
Nope. So, I mean, hats off to them, you know. You got your work cut out for you, bro. I'm going to tell y'all right now.
This is the hole that Seth and them dug and then left.
Yeah. Yeah, Safdie Hill and Jamie Warnick, bro, they were like, fuck y'all guys, I'm out of here. I'm out of here, bro. And they just started 100 Star Studios. I'm still looking forward to seeing what their next game's going to be, because it's going to be an Xbox exclusive. Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah.
Wait. Go back. What did you say?
Well, Safdie Hill and Jamie Warnick, the founders for... Yeah, they founded Rocksteady, and they left.
And they left and made what's it called now?
Not just left. During the development of Suicide Squad, they didn't even stick around for the game to come out. They were like, "Listen,
they didn't even want the credit. They didn't even want the credit.
They didn't want the credit. Ship's going down. We leave it. Bye."
Yeah.
And they went and started. I feel like they left because of creative differences, though. They left because probably what WB wanted from Suicide Squad Killer Justice League, that's not what their original vision was.
So Jason Schreier actually did an interview with a bunch of people that worked at Rocksteady while they were developing the game, just to kind of see, like, you know, what exactly happened. And they were telling like the people that worked there, we weren't there, we can't really verify, but from what
Right.
everybody's story was that it was a toxically positive environment where they would be like, okay, how are we going to gel this with this, and how are we going to make this make sense? And then it would be more so along the lines of, don't even really worry about it. It'll just make sense at the end of the day. We've done this before. It'll all mesh whenever it comes time.
Oh my
They
God,
would
this is so amazing. Everything's so amazing.
exactly, and they would present it to the investors, right? The people that are funding them making the game. They're like, oh shit, this is amazing. These cutscenes are great. And this gameplay, they may not have touched a game a day in their life, who knows, right? But they swing around as Harley Quinn, they jump around as King Shark, etc. and so forth. It's like, oh, this is really fun. The gamers are gonna eat this up, man.
It's like Fortnite.
It's like Fortnite. Like,
Worst thing to compare a game like that to, bro.
They're like, man, I can't wait to see the different battle passes and skins you guys have to sell. And
this is just the best team of people here.
But I say that to say that was happening, and then out of nowhere, they came to work one day and they were brought into a meeting where Sefton and the other guy, again, I can't think of his name right now, but
Jamie Warnick.
They were saying, hey, we've decided to part ways, and et cetera, et cetera. So there was no hint of like, this isn't what either the investors wanted. Like, it was all like, oh, this was the brainchild of Sefton and Jamie Warnick. You know what I mean? Like, this is the vision that they had. It wasn't like they really wanted to make a Superman game, but WB was like, okay, well, we need to make a monetized version, and we also have a Suicide Squad movie coming out, so it has to center them or something. No, this is what they had from the jump, unfortunately. And I try to do all kinds of mental gymnastics because, again, Sefton and Jamie, after the work they did on the Arkham games, I'm like, there's no way that this is what they had in mind. But you got to face hard truths sometimes, man, and it sucks. So, but yeah,
I don't think live service was their ballpark. So
no, for sure
not.
Mm-hmm. I don't even know why they would even do that, and that's kind of what Sony's suffering from too. Is trying to make
live service,
trying to make live service games. Naughty Dog had to say, you know what? If we have to choose, we're sticking with our guns. Hopefully, the Horizon is supposed to be like an MMO Horizon game that's coming out. So
they're going full send with Horizon.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
they want that God of War level IP out of Horizon.
Mm-hmm. So hopefully that's good. I have no faith in Fire Game or not Fire Games. What is it called? Something Games with a $. I can't even think of the name of it, but we've seen a CGI trailer 2 years ago, and that's it. So
for what game?
Fair Games is what it's called. Fair Games.
Oh,
there was a CGI trailer for it, and there's like minuscule. Actually, I take that back. Or was that Marathon? No, never mind. Bungie recently showed a little bit of Marathon, not like footage. It was just like screenshots. So we still don't have any info about Fair Games, and Marathon is something. Before I start yapping, Sony's suffering. So Sony's suffering from the same shit. So,
but yeah, bro. You know what's funny?
What's up?
That's not even the discussion. We were talking about Mortal Kombat, and we went into a whole WB rant. But it's fine, Pizzo. You want to know why? Because that tends to happen on the show all the time. We rag on WB a lot, and it's not that we hate WB, but damn,
you want better.
WB.
Record
you
breaking
want better.
39 episodes straight mentioning Suicide Squad.
Yeah, bro. Almost every episode. Not even a joke. Almost every episode, bro. We've mentioned this game. And even when I try to stay away from it, it just keeps coming up. Jesus. Anyways, moving on. All right. So as reported by Bloomberg, Xbox is navigating a transformative period following the $69 billion acquisition of Activision Blizzard, with a focus on integrating new teams, exploring a possible handheld, and targeting growth in the mobile and Asian market. The company is reshaping its strategy, and Spencer has highlighted the importance of diversifying and developing collaborating with creative talents in China. So I guess they're trying to stretch a lot more into China because I think Sony kind of has them beat when it comes to like the China market, if you really think about it. And improving Xbox compatibility with portable devices at the same time, delays in their mobile game store plans, and the challenges of transitioning post acquisition raises question about the future of Xbox in a rapid evolving game industry. So now this was a whole I think this was a press conference, and he also mentioned a handheld that Xbox is possibly working on, but it's in early development. So it's like a few years away. It's not coming out anytime soon. Question I have for you guys. Do you think it makes sense for Xbox to venture in a mobile like handheld market currently, or should they just work on getting more like stronger IPs under their belt? Do they need more devices, or do they need better IPs or stronger IP? Thoughts? Please, I'll start with you and go hard.
So my answer is always going to be to do the stronger IPs because IPs are going to be what are going to sell consoles. But the issue with that is Xbox is decentering the consoles. Like they just recently launched a new campaign where, and I kind of joke about it here, but there's like a graphic. This is an Xbox. I think the campaign is called the "This is an Xbox" campaign, where they show different items like a Fire Stick, a laptop. It's just all kinds of things that are not an actual console itself, and say this is an Xbox. They're emphasizing cloud gaming. So I think that is the direction that they're actually going to head. Between Game Pass, you know, and being able to go between PC, Game Pass, and Xbox, and then you know, just pretty much just decentering the console. Yeah, it makes sense why they would want to go into the mobile market. And I think I actually read up on the Bloomberg article, the interview that he did with Bloomberg, and he was saying that they were just kind of using this time to take note with what's out now between, I'm assuming, even though they may not say it out loud, the portable play, what is it called, PlayStation Portal, and the Switch, and just kind of seeing, you know, what works, what doesn't work, and you know, maybe they come out with a good device, but nobody's going to want to get that device if the games that you offer don't spark that interest. You know what I mean? So I think that they're relying a little bit too much on Game Pass, the fact that they have this extensive library. So like when they come out with the handheld, the emphasis is going to be, oh, you know, you could play Lies of P on the go in the library, or you could play, you know, South of Midnight, or you know, whatever game that they have out at that time, you know, in some random location, or on a Fire Stick, or over here or over there. It's a different approach because and it sucks to say, I think they're conceding as far as like the console market goes, and emphasizing software, emphasizing cloud gaming, and being able to just, you know,
play
as long
anywhere.
as you have a controller. Yeah, as long as you have a controller, you're good to go. So
yeah, you might be right. One of the Heartless, before I kind of spew my whole spiel, what are your thoughts?
He has some very valid points about Xbox, PC, and having the interoperability and moving away from the console space, and you know, just securing the Xbox Game Pass being across tons of different platforms. This is a very good point. I agree with all of it. You know, Cash, my take. I've been saying this for a while now. I think at some point, consoles will be obsolete and only handheld consoles will exist. Sooner or later, I think the TVs are just going to become monitors, and I think they're going to be able to handle the games themselves. I think TVs in the next 10 years from now, I think TVs will start having graphics cards in them. You log into your Xbox Game Pass, and you just start playing your games. And I think Microsoft knows this, and they know that when we're at that point in our reality, that only handheld consoles will exist. Everything else will just be running off your TV or your computer or whatever the hell it is, but only handheld consoles will exist. so they're probably working. They said it's a few years out, and to saying they already have TVs with graphics cards.
Say what?
Really?
So somebody show me a link of a TV that has a graphics
Yeah,
card that you can sign into an Xbox Game Pass and play.
that'd be pretty cool. I mean, if it exists, I had no clue.
That's something I didn't know.
Son's computer is just a touch screen all-in-one PC. Oh, I've seen that before actually, where there's no like actual like case for the computer. The whole computer is in the back of the monitor. Yeah, I've seen that before. Okay. I mean, and it is a Windows computer, or it was a Windows computer. So I mean, I guess it's a fair point.
There's something that says you can also plug a graphics card directly into a TV using an HDMI cable.
Haven't seen that before. Have not seen that before. That's interesting.
Very interesting. I'm like, what?
I'm clicking this link.
Yeah.
Game with your Samsung TV and NVIDIA graphics card, bro. Listen, I'm telling you. I told you guys this is the future. I told you guys. I told you guys this is the future.
You know. I think it's less about like competing and really more so about cutting costs, because if you can offer video games and only have to worry about the latest TV, that is fucking nutty to think about.
Right.
But as long as you have a TV that can handle the resolution and whatnot, and take in it says here a NVIDIA GeForce 40 series, yeah, you're cutting costs because you don't have to like spend that time making hella consoles to put out on the market and sell. It's just
worrying about the games.
It's just, I mean, TVs have always been around, so you know, it's just worrying about that and then making games. So that makes sense.
This was also have G-Sync. Jesus Christ,
that is absolutely nutty.
Can you imagine, bro? Well,
man,
well, the more you know.
Whatever I need to do to keep the consoles alive, I'm probably gonna do. Even though I have a PC, I'm just like
This man cheating on his consoles, and acting like you love them. That's crazy.
Here and there. You know what I mean? It's a habitual thing. If there's something that maybe runs better on PC, I'll give it a little wink. You know, I haven't forgotten about you, but you know, gotta share me, man. You know,
there's enough for me to go around.
Exactly.
All right. Yeah, but they also spoke about improving the app as well, which is something. So this sparked a thought, right? In this entire conversation, Heartless and I were talking about this earlier today. Will this be a streaming device, or will it be like you can play all your games locally on that device? Because I think that is also very important. If it's going to be another PlayStation Portable, I think we're going to have a problem. Because I don't. The PlayStation Portable is a companion to the PlayStation.
Right, you have to have
it's not a standalone device. Yeah, it's not a standalone device. So I want to know what the thought process behind them getting a handheld is.
I think because they're shifting away from the console market, it would only make sense that it's a standalone. Like, yeah, it's just one of the many things that you can play your Game Pass games on. You don't need a current gen Xbox in order to access it. So I guess that would make sense if it were a standalone. If they try to like make it a companion piece, but also market that this is an Xbox, this is an Xbox, this is an Xbox, then that kind of wouldn't make sense, because then would you need an Xbox, or would you need a PC, or would you need a Fire Stick, since you can play it on Fire? You know what I mean? So
I think it will have the Game Pass app though. I think you're going to be, because you can do cloud gaming currently. So I think they would have the whole cloud gaming aspect on the device, but still give you the option to play games locally. That would be kind of fucking dope.
Would be, yeah.
Yeah.
So. With games being online only, though, like, would that? Well, I guess it would be certain games, though, like maybe not multiplayer games. You know,
here's the thing with certain games. All right, if you're gonna play these games like cloud-based games, and you're playing on a TV, you're gonna see the drop in quality. But with a handheld, I don't think you're gonna see it that much because it's such a smaller screen. It's more compact. I don't know. I could be wrong, but that's where my mind is when it comes to that, like stuff like that.
What
do you guys think?
I was just reading what N2 was saying. Fuck cloud, fuck streaming. I want to own what I pay for.
Hey, facts.
And I get it.
Facts.
If they're gonna make a handheld device, I don't want it to be a streaming device that relies on Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
At that point, I think it's entirely useless. I think it would be a waste of all dev time, all the resources put. That's what I think. I think it would have to be a little mini computer that runs the games, and I think it's obviously going to be more expensive than a Switch because if they're gonna make a handheld device that's going to be, it has to be more powerful than a Switch. And if it's not more powerful than the Switch, then why did you make this?
Yeah, you see the way the Switch was handling the Mortal Kombat 1 game when it came out.
Was that a Mortal Kombat game? I couldn't tell what it was. I couldn't make out shit.
And I was also reading what Juju was saying about how the Xbox and the PlayStation will be modular in the future.
I mean, it's possible. I did say like a graphics card could be modular on a TV.
So like having an upgradable like handheld device where you can just like maybe like pop it up and switch it. Yeah.
I think it would probably cost the developers less money too. Because if you're gonna switch out just a graphics card and possibly a processor, I don't know how the processor part would work, but you're gonna swap out the graphics card. I think that be kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But I don't think here's why they won't do that unless it's gonna be their proprietary like graphics card, because they would make any money off of that if I could just pop in another fucking NVIDIA graphics card in the future. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it's not coming directly from Xbox, they're not gonna do something like that because planned obsolescence is also an actual thing.
Yeah.
Predisposed obsolescence, but I think it should. I think it should belong all in the TV. That's what I think. I think everything should be in the TV. Buy a TV, turn it on, log to your Xbox Game Pass.
So now you want us to get back to those big back fucking TVs, is what you're doing.
It doesn't need to be like that. What are you talking about? What? You tripping?
Why not? It's gonna be thick though. It's gonna be a thick.
How thick do you think?
Oh yeah.
Not that. I don't think
2 inches.
Thick, but
2 inches.
I'm trying to think of how
2 inches.
thick that PC was, or at least the monitor, because it was hefty. It was a little hefty. I want to say maybe like 3 or 4 inches. So it's not like too drastic.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's compared to where we were heading originally, where everything was like flatter and slimmer. Right. We're definitely going back in the other direction, 100%, in order to fit all of those parts in.
Exactly. Unless they're gonna make a
no, I think it would just be spread. It would just be spread across a
bigger screen.
The screen, across the back of the screen.
Not only that, think about a laptop.
Yeah.
So it definitely.
Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Think about a laptop. Listen to what Cash said. Don't play with me.
Yeah, you have a point. You definitely have a point here. But like I said, it has to be a standalone device. It can't be a cloud. But here's the reason why that also I'm thinking about that as well. I feel like Xbox is pushing this cloud agenda so heavy that if with them mentioning a handheld, that's immediately where my mind goes. That's immediately what I'm thinking about, because they're like they said they're watching PlayStation Portable and the Nintendo Switch, and I think they're kind of leaning more to the cloud aspect of all of this.
Disgusting.
Yeah,
but we just have to wait and see what they come up with.
I'm not really for a subscription only era.
No, I'm not. But that's where we're going, bro. I remember I could buy like
in the future. You guys think about it this way though. You guys only think that because you're at the perfect age to think that. Kids in the future, 10 years from now,
this is all they're gonna know. It's like, oh, this is how games work.
Not even that. There's just gonna be so many games from the past that they'll never get to catch up. And the only chance that they ever get at experiencing half of the beauty that you're gonna get to experience is to just get on a subscription service that has those games for a reasonable price.
Not only that, like back to what Pizzo was saying though, they won't know a life before subscription. They
True.
won't.
That's true. True.
Mm-hmm.
In
Yeah,
80
they would.
years, there's going to be kids are going to be born not knowing a life before their microwave was a subscription service. You ain't pay for that microwave.
Yo,
It
we
only runs if you pay the bill, but if you don't pay the bill, it stops running. Same thing
That
with
is
the
whack.
ovens. It's gonna be crazy. The same thing with the ovens, the
a
fridge.
subscription microwave.
I'm
is
telling you, that's
nuts.
the
I don't
future.
want to
Wild.
be here anymore. If it's I have
That's
to pay to
wild, bro.
heat my food up, the food that I
Bro.
paid for.
Subscription. You're not gonna pay for the microwave though. It's gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? You move in and it's gonna be there.
It's a cloud
wild.
microwave.
Man said cloud microwave. I'm done. Nah, bro. It's just no, but for real though, like if you think about it, most things are going to this subscription model. Like everybody's transitioning. Like I just mentioned, Adobe. You could buy Adobe products and just own it. I remember that. Now you can't. You gotta pay the subscription, bro.
Yeah.
That's it. But yeah.
Terrible, man.
But anyways, guys, you know, that's kind of doom and gloom. Let's move on. I don't even want to think about that shit anymore. In other news, this new trend this is definitely a trend because the fact that I've seen so much games start doing it already.
Mhm.
Let me just break it down real quick. Recently it was announced that it already launched. Overwatch and Fortnite. Fortnite did it previously, but now it's a permanent thing. Their classic mode. So they're bringing back
Season 1.
classic modes. So season 1. Well, for Fortnite it's season 1. For Overwatch it's their classic.
Oh
mode,
yeah. Oh,
which is-
yeah. Absolutely.
it's the original Overwatch, which is 6v6. And apparently it's not going to be character lock, if I'm not mistaken.
So for the people in chat, I have a question. Did the original Overwatch allow you to pick 6 Winstons? I don't recall that being a thing. Please double check me on that. But in this mode that they're bringing back, you can apparently pick 6 Winstons or pick
That
6
is-
of any character, which
so
I
you
don't
can-
like.
So you can pretty much have a team filled with tanks, essentially.
So
Yes.
there was an era where there was no roll queue, and the roll queue is what kind of keeps people from drifting off into DPS and support if they queue up as tank. There was a point in time where it was just you could choose from everybody and then just see what works.
Mhm.
Me personally, I prefer roll queue. But yeah, there was definitely a time where you could literally have 6 soldiers or 6 Winstons, 6 divas,
Mhm.
and just be toxic, essentially.
Yeah. So
Um,
this is crazy.
mhm,
No
mhm.
role restrictions is insane.
And this is kind of going into what we were literally just talking about, like
Mhm.
going back into an era of gaming before, of course it's not subscription, but before what's available now. Nostalgia is a hell of a drug, and I think I fall for it every time. I'm not gonna lie.
I think
I'm
it
gonna lie.
usually lets us down though. No.
I'm trying to think, because the first time I really realized that we were hardcore pivoting just as like a society with between like movies, TV, and like video games, etc. I think was Far From Home, the last Spider-Man, when they brought back Tobey Maguire and like Andrew
I think
Garfield.
that's
this-
kind of what started it. You're right.
for the
I
for the
agree.
sake of the plot, and then kind of did its own thing, and then ever since then, I think it might have been maybe a little bit later. After, I know it was definitely after Endgame, but they went back to the first time that Fortnite went back to like chapter 1 during one of their seasons or whatever. So that kind of worked for me. I don't know. I don't think I've been personally. I don't think I can't. If I have, I can't think of it off the top of my head, at least. But I don't know, man. So Heartless, let me ask you, what was a time that nostalgia has let you down recently?
Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts.
I bought Kingdom Hearts 3 and I was like, this is a horrible game.
Oh,
But Kingdom Hearts is the reason that I'm the Heartless, and Kingdom Hearts is the reason I even make music. I play 4 instruments, and you could think that's the Kingdom Hearts, but then I go buy Kingdom Hearts 3, and I'm like, man, give me my fucking $60 back before I beat your ass.
Wow. See,
man, I haven't played Kingdom Hearts 3. It was just because of like it reviewed okay-ish, but like whenever I would ask people that grew up with the series, they're like, man, I don't know if I'm really messing with it like that. Like it's okay, but maybe I was just like more fond of the memories, and so when this came out, I kind of overhyped myself. But a lot of people I talked to seemed like it was just like, like it's okay, it's fine, and it's not something that you would expect from a game that you've been waiting 15 years for.
15 years, bro. For 15 years, bro. I could have got cancer in that time.
There are a lot of people that never made it to see Kingdom Hearts 3, and
that's what I'm saying. There's a lot.
Are they working on a new one?
A long time.
Are they working on a new one right now?
Yeah, they're actually working on Kingdom Hearts 4.
And it's in.
I think there was like
place in the real world.
It looks like it takes place in the real world, bro.
Yeah.
It was. All,
I don't know how I feel about that either, but maybe it makes sense if I play Kingdom Hearts 3. I don't know. Heartless, can you attest? Did you beat Kingdom Hearts 3?
No.
Yeah.
No. I'll tell you this though, the game was super easy.
Yeah.
It was just super easy. And that's another thing that kind of bothered me. I felt like I wasn't getting stimulated the way I was as a kid. Pause.
It's at the Catholic Church, man.
We had to make sure that everyone knew we were talking about video games.
I'm crying, man. Oh shit. Very interesting choice of words, but I get what you're saying though. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I want to hear something crazy.
What up?
I've never played any of them.
Any of the Kingdom Hearts games? Did it just not click with you? Were you not like a Disney guy, maybe?
I saw the Disney stuff. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I want to play this. But the crazy thing is, I was a Disney kid, bro. I was a legit Disney kid. Legit Disney kid, bro.
I was. They got me with that commercial. Tell me they didn't catch you with that commercial.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, legit Disney kid. When I tell you, well, this is Disney Channel. Shit, I was a Disney kid, bro.
Damn, man. Heartless, really quick. Simple and Clean or Sanctuary?
The simple and clean acoustic version at the end of the game when they're trying to hold hands and the space between them gets too much, and the drop on the disconnect of the hand, bro. You know that shit hit hard.
That's fuck. Yeah.
You play Final Fantasy X ever?
Me? I know I've never played it. No, I'm actually very new to Final Fantasy.
I'm not gonna ruin it for you. I think that you're a good person and you deserve to experience the end of that game for yourself. But simple and clean. Sanctuary is a great song, though. I can't lie.
Yeah,
I can't lie.
Yeah,
I can't decide. If you put a bullet to my head, if you put a gun to my head and said you got to make a decision, you probably would end up having to pull that trigger because I can't decide.
Damn.
You know, I'm actually going to give it to. I'm actually going to give it to Sanctuary a little bit. You know, I feel like it is probably the nostalgia factor. But it's like when I say it's like neck and neck, and you catch me in a different mood. I might even say Simple and King. It's like that.
Fun fact: French Montana sampled Sanctuary.
What?
Yeah, he did.
What song? I gotta look this up right now.
I knew that was gonna happen.
Really?
Yeah.
What was the name of the song?
I don't remember. It's from one of his mixtapes.
Just Google it. I probably could Google it and find it.
French Montana, Kingdom Hearts sample.
Oh, something I forgot to mention about the Overwatch Classic. It will also feature the original.
It's called Sanctuary. It's called Sanctuary. The song's called Sanctuary.
Oh wow!
No fucking way.
Yeah, but
I'm at the
he's getting excited.
Yeah, but the Overwatch Classic will feature the 21 heroes from the original game. Something I also want to know is Heartless actually pointed this out. Like, will they go back to their base forms, like their base patches?
Yeah, that's what I was Heartless, I'm gonna let you say it. But that's what I was saying earlier was whenever they reverted it, it was not just the maps and the character roster, the
Mhm.
abilities that they had before they got reworked.
Yep. The patch is all OG, which
all-
means that Mercy can res the whole team. So have fun with that, guys.
Wow. So you can play 6 Winstons and Mercy can. Okay. So
Yeah.
5
That
Winstons
would
and
be
1 Mercy.
terrible.
What this really meant in the early days of Overwatch was you can spend all of your ults killing the enemy team, but Mercy gets to fly away. And as soon as you've depleted all your ults, she gets to come back, raise everyone from the dead,
Res the entire
and then they
squad.
ult your team dead. And then you lost the game.
Just when you think you won the fight.
I saw something crazy the other day too. I think Heartless sent me this, or probably Joel TJ with the Call of Duty. Just side note, different tangent. But the minute the game starts, every team member just fires a rocket in a particular direction and it killed the entire team. Wiped out the entire team. And so Joel TJ, I think it was Jay, he sent me and it said,
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
recall
fuck this
this.
game. He sent me it. That this is his caption. Fuck this game.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to see that. If he has that clip, man, tell him
I'm
put
gonna
it
see if
somewhere I can see.
I should have it. Let me see if I can find this shit. But when I
That's
saw that, I was
insane.
like, "What the fuck? Like what?"
Oh, yeah, this
That
French
is
Montana song
insane.
is hitting.
Man said French Montana.
I think it's still character lock. You can have duplicate. Can or can't? Cannot? Okay, yeah, cannot have duplicate characters.
No way. I seen an
No,
article.
I've definitely seen 2 Winstons before. Like bare minimum, I've seen 2 Winstons.
No, I'm pretty sure I seen an article that I was reading earlier that there's no you can have duplicate characters. Somebody find someone and let me know if I'm wrong.
Joel TJ, if you're in the chat, please send me that link because I would love to show the fellows.
Also, I just thought about it. Another game that went OG recently is Apex. Apex went back to like season 1 patch notes. They have a playlist for it. It's not like the actual mode. They have a playlist for their OG Apex. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about literally like everybody
is doing that. What is
Yeah.
the purpose of that? Is my question. I know it's nostalgia, but like,
Maybe they're trying to get their original fan base back
Back.
because there's been a
Yeah.
lot of different changes and people have left to go to other games and whatnot. So maybe if they can recapture that magic
Mhm.
that happened when they first released,
hold up, Heartless. What did I say?
About what?
Did we not have this conversation off stream? What did I say?
About what?
This particular thing that we're talking about, this whole nostalgic situation.
Oh.
Didn't I say that?
He did say that.
It's one of two. It's one of two things. It's either to get more people on board, or to get the people that the OG fan base back, because a lot of people have left.
Look what Tony said.
Hey, Fortnite broke records when they did it. Did the OG 44 mil peak? I think also. So I know what Tony is referencing. I think that at the time they may have been in like chapter 2 or 3, and people like a lot of the content creators and pros were like, "Man, I just wish we could get OG Tilted back, or we could get OG Retail and blah 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 blah." And there were a lot of people that joined the game after chapter 1, so they didn't really get to experience that very first map. So that when they did the OG mode, it was like, oh, I have to see what the hype is about. Like all of the people that play regularly, the people that only played when it was OG, and then the people that wanted to see what they were missing out on, they all came together and were all playing it. So I feel like it was a special situation because I think to that point, I don't think that there was another live service game that did that.
Okay. But yeah.
I mean, it worked for them.
Definitely. But, it's a double-edged sword because what works for Fortnite doesn't necessarily work for other games, but I don't know what it's going to take for, industry corporate suits to realize that. But, we'll be in live service game hell until they just decide, you know what, let me just find something that I'm good at.
Bonita Applebone, what's good? Welcome in, welcome
Hey,
in,
that's my
Reaper. I didn't
homie.
even see
That
you
is
guys,
my
bro. Welcome in. We're so
homie.
enthralled in conversation. We didn't even
What
see you guys.
up, Nita?
Welcome in, everybody. But yeah, nostalgia is definitely a marketing tool nowadays, and they're using it to their advantage. I'll say
Weaponized nostalgia.
weaponized nostalgia. Love
That's a
that.
good one.
Love that. But yeah, so we're into our gamer reactual section. So,
This is the
I'm
interview.
pretty sure. Yes, this is the interview. So, in this interview, it's um was a kind of like a press conference, or it's a sit down, per se, with the biggest gambling in entertainment. So it's the kind of break this down. It's the head of the gambling industry, I guess you could say. All right. Or a veteran of the gambling industry and a veteran of the gaming industry, which is Vladimir Nikolsky. Am I saying that
Yeah, Nikolsky.
correctly?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Alex Riddick. So these two guys are experts and veterans in their respective fields.
This is kind of like a conference, essentially.
Yeah.
Like he said, they're having a sit down and they're discussing this amongst people. But essentially, in this article and in this discussion, they kind of break down the similarities between what you would consider gambling traffic and gaming traffic.
Gaming traffic.
Gaming traffic. So, like, essentially, the people who walk through a casino, that's what you would consider your gambling traffic.
Mm-hmm.
And the people who turn on an Xbox or turn on a PlayStation, that's what you would consider your gaming traffic. It's an interesting conversation because they discuss some of the key similarities in how they get the word out to grow the traffic as much as they can. And they discuss some things also that we have discussed on the show in the past.
You want to hop into the article?
We can. I can read out the interview. Is there anything else you want to say before I get into it?
No.
Okay. So before I get into it, I noticed. So this is from the WN conference in Cyprus, and let me just double check, make sure. So I don't believe this is in the United States. Is it? Games industry ecosystem. This took place. I'll find out for us right now.
Yeah, it doesn't say.
Oh yeah, no, this is in Cyprus. It's actually near Lebanon. It's like an island. Yeah, this is at a conference. And the conversation goes a little bit like this: games industry veteran Vladimir Nikolsky and online gambling traffic expert Alex Riddick have discussed the state of these two different markets during the recent WN conference in Cyprus 2024. So I think this year it happened in Cyprus, but it probably goes all across the world. Anyways, here's the main difference in terms of competition, user acquisition, and other issues. Everyone involved in development or publishing sees the same picture: a dozen new games launching every day, most of which do not meet even the minimum forecasts of publishers. But why is that? Now, this is part of what we've discussed here on the show before. We have noticed that the games market has a lot of games coming out all the time. And we've also said before on the show, if it's not a hit, it's a bust.
Yeah.
For the most part. And it's crazy. You're going to see that as we get into this. So players have become very selective and demanding. They are looking for vibrant new experiences. The time spent on each game should be worth it. Another thing that we have pointed out in terms of our own feelings and opinions. We say this as consumers. You guys have heard us say this multiple times on the show as consumers. So I believe here Alex says, so the main thing in the gaming in business today is everything that can evoke emotions in the player, from the characters, the world, the plot, how much the game embodies their fantasies. Only if the player is emotionally stimulated will they be ready to tell others about their experience and their vivid impressions. This is how a hit is born, an event that literally sells itself organically. Now, if we go into some of the bulletins here, it says 90% of all projects fail to succeed. The reasons for failure are different, but here are the four main ones: weak operations management, inability to work with traffic. The key word here is traffic, guys. Lack of working capital, which to me was mind blowing. When companies and devs fail because of lack of working capital, Cash and I were saying earlier today, they're just overzealous.
Yeah,
They are dreaming too big.
yeah. They are. I think it's too ambitious. They're way too ambitious, especially a lot of times if it's their first project. I think they're trying to reach too high in order to gain some level of success.
And then the last reason here is underestimation of risks in various regions. Okay, so now we have a little piece of the article, which let me double check and wait. Yeah, let me pull up the article so I can get a author name, so I'm not just spitting out somebody's. Okay, here we go. Ev Evgeny Obedkov
Hmm.
sounds Russian. So this is published by Evgeny Obedkov. Okay, so these are their words.
Game World Observer.
Yep, and these are their words. It says right here, in general, if your gross gaming revenue was less than $1 million per month, you are a small operator and most likely in the red. At the same time, 90% of products don't even have such metrics. Most often, failures occur when a former manager of a particular gambling product finds an investor and sells them the story that they can create and manage a casino if they invest money. So apparently, so they're talking about on the casino side, on the gambling side of this conversation. They're talking about, oh, casinos go down all the time. You have former professionals working who used to work in casinos getting investors all the time, and it just never works out.
Hmm.
And then it says here, I've heard hundreds of similar stories. Most of them resulted in money losses. A successful product in gambling is one with a gross gaming revenue of $20 to $30 million per month. There are no more than 200 such products on the entire market. So, according to this article, across the entire globe, there's less than 200 gambling products, like gambling facilities, that earn $20 to $30 million per month. And then a hit, what would be considered a hit in terms of gross gaming revenue, is a product that makes $100 million per month or more. There's about 30 of them on the entire market. And essentially, there's 30 casinos on the whole
Hmm.
planet that earn $100 million per month, whether it's an online casino or it's a walk-in casino.
So
Okay,
they seem to be making a lot of parallels between
gaming and
gaming and casinos,
because
right?
the metric here that they're going by is gross gaming revenue.
Hmm.
So I guess the similarity between casinos and gaming is just the idea of traffic, people who turn on the game to play. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Mhm.
Those people are coming in and out. Gamers buy the consoles, they buy the games, they turn them on. Someday they never turn them back on again. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It's about keeping the traffic. So
Yep.
the metric here is gross gaming revenue, and I think in this conversation, because these two guys are particular in their specialities. I don't even know if that's a
Hmm.
word, but I think this is where they get to relate in terms of when they go sit down and have a conversation. And one guy works in gambling and one guy works in gaming. The place they can relate is traffic and gross gaming revenue, right?
Right.
So now on
What
the I'm sorry,
what
Cash. What are you saying?
what's interesting is it said at the bottom here. It says 95% of games earn nothing. Is
Yeah,
wild.
this is the games side of the conversation. It says
Hmm.
here you can count the number of mobile games that generate over $100 million per month on one hand. So now hear me out. On the gambling side of this conversation, there's 30. There's 30. You see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But on the gaming side, in terms of mobile games, there's 5 mobile games that earn $100 million per month.
Hmm.
You have Honor of Kings, Monopoly Go, Royal Match, PUBG Mobile, and Roblox.
And pause for a second. Right.
Yes.
If you really look at those games like Monopoly Go and Royal Match, Honor of Kings, they kind of have almost like a casino-fied aspect of them because there's a lot of stuff that they will present to you at the beginning of the game, almost like a loot box system. So I think that taps into the whole like addictive nature of like casino-fying a game. So, and you notice, so these are the top games. Think about it. Even Roblox,
Oh,
right?
yeah, for sure.
So it's these games are like pretty much
Gambling.
Yeah, it's gambling.
100%. 100%.
So here it says the market is oversaturated and oversupplied. Games are made by absolutely everyone: individuals, large studios, enthusiasts, and professionals. Any student can put together a game. You know what's funny about that? I don't know, for those who don't know this, I've said this before, but the original Guilty Gear, every part of Guilty Gear, the first Guilty Gear game ever, was made by Daisuke as a college project.
College
From
project, yeah.
from the
Sure.
animations to the coding to the music to the character design.
That's dope. What
That's
the fuck?
crazy for it to
Yeah.
become what it is today. That's
Right.
crazy. But it just further proves the thoughts of this article right here, right?
Right.
And then they started as a marketing become. There's actually something more important here I want to discuss. Okay, yeah. So they talk about here marketing, and here it says, I think this is the question I had. This is the question that Vladimir may have asked Alex. How does gambling attract traffic? There are problems. Are there problems the same, or is the situation completely different? Because here you have two industry veterans in their respective fields. Both of their fields is about attracting gamers. This conversation is actually very interesting if you think about it.
Right.
This is very interesting if you think about it. If you are a gaming professional, you work in the games industry, and you are missing, and you can't seem to find more insights on how to grow in your current field, it's kind of interesting to think about. If you look over to the gambling world, those professionals are also asking the same questions you're asking.
Right.
So you get additional insight. And the inverse is true too. If you own casinos and you're trying to figure out how to manage the traffic that you're getting, you're going to come to realize that you're asking a lot of the same questions that Microsoft is asking.
Right.
That's actually really freaking interesting. But here's the question at hand. How does gambling attract traffic? Are their problems the same, or is this situation completely different? And here's Alex, the gambling professional, not the gambling professional, but you know what I'm talking about. He says, for me, as a person who has been working with traffic for more than 15 years, it is very strange to hear that games having the opportunity to use advertising channels without the threat of ban manage to not recoup investments. So what he's saying here is, you guys just make games. You don't have to worry about the government cracking down on how you promote your stuff. You guys just make games. But it's funny how most of you guys never make your money back. And
So
yeah.
So I don't think that it's like government officiated, but I think it's more so like gamers not really tolerating it, because there was a point in time in UFC, the EA UFC game, they were legit running commercials. Like it would be like maybe a 10-15 second ad while you're playing the game.
What?
And I hold on, let me actually get the actual article.
Wait, what?
UFC EA.
How did they get away with that? Well, they did.
They had to reverse it. Hold on.
Wait, what was the commercial for again, though?
I can't remember, but this was 2020, so this was about 4 years ago. EA Sports apologizes for putting in-game advertisements into their recently. Yeah,
EA. Why am I not surprised?
Into their recently released UFC 4 after the latest update's excessive pop-ups prompted a wave of outrage. So again, it wasn't government officiated. It was really gamers that were like, what the fuck is this? I'm playing the game.
I hear you 100%, but in the context of this conversation, he's not saying that. He's saying you guys get to promote the game.
Right.
Oh, promote the game itself.
To the game itself.
Got you.
So he's saying, how are you guys not recouping your money? He's like, there's nobody telling you how you're forced to promote. You guys get to just promote. And he's saying, in the gambling world, we have to watch how we promote. there's certain avenues that we don't even have access to.
Yeah.
And then he goes on to say, I've already said that there are no bad products, almost none. There's crappy targeting, ad campaign settings, and traffic control with positive ROI are the basis. Oh, I read that wrong. He goes, there is no bad products. There's crappy targeting. End of sentence. Ad campaign settings and traffic control with positive ROI are the basis. Return on interest. We have thousands of affiliates, most of whom stay in the black. I don't know what that means, to be honest with you guys. If anyone has that for me, let us know. Of course, everyone has different volumes, but the minimum ROI is usually 30 to 50%. So I think he's saying in the gambling world, for every $100 million they invest, they get back $30 to $50 million back.
Okay.
I mean, that properly executed media buying with the right analytics and KPI can always be profitable. So he's really just talking about calculating, knowing the numbers, knowing the oh yeah, he goes, it is clear that no one will provide an instant return on investment. It is necessary to correctly calculate the model, take into account the influence of the media component on the performance, use the appropriate payback period depending on the channel. And then they go on to say some more stuff. But the last thing that I really felt was interesting here is they say, Alex from the gambling world says that affiliate marketing is especially helpful because each affiliate is essentially a separate marketing agency with its own approach, methods, and sources. This is the age of the influencer. This is the age of the influencer.
Definitely.
That's what that is.
Definitely, that's what that is.
Yeah. And I think that sums up most of the important stuff in this conversation. They were talking about some tips on traffic sources, and he said, "I don't think I'm going to be revealing anything new. Facebook, Google, TikTok, CPA networks, influencers. You guys know what it is."
Yeah. So overall, but here's the thing, though. I feel like, to me, this is kind of like teeing up live service games to find some ways to make it even more addictive. That's what I took from all of this.
So like I think one of the things that they try to emphasize with live service games, or one of the main points of live service games, is to your point about talking about traffic, managing traffic, is keeping people playing the game, because you can't, with games specifically, you can't make money off of the game if people aren't playing the game. And I think that comparing it to gambling is apt. Like, it fits, but like that opens the door for stuff like in GTA Online, where I think they legit now have an actual casino, and they have actual like cards that you can buy that with real money. And then they offer like in-game currency. It's not like,
Oh, in GTA, the shark cards. You're talking about shark cards.
Yeah, exactly. So as far as that goes, I see a lot of similarities, and I see why the conversation is being had. But that's a tricky, slippery slope, actually. That's what it's called.
I think if that were to happen in gaming, like if it becomes like more of on a grand scale for gaming, I think the government would definitely crack down to some extent, because that is kind of, we know like a lot of industries tend to get predatory at some point.
Yeah.
If they know that. So we could definitely see that happening at some point if it doesn't get regulated. Juju said something interesting here. To a point, he's right, which he's talking about Vladimir. But he's short-sighted with how the industry is gambling does not have to worry about driving users to their product. People come to a casino, not the same with gaming, which is kind of true. But if you make a game free to play, that's kind of just like welcoming people to come in.
And they have addictive factors to them. But they said that staying in the black means staying profitable. That's crazy, because I thought that was staying in the green. So I guess you learn something new every day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
I didn't know that, because in my mind, when I heard staying in the black, my mind instantly thought, well, they're losing money. Government only concerned with their cut, to be honest. Yeah, that's. I mean, no lies were told here.
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. I just hope that we don't get to a point where it's that normalized. I mean, I think the last time I was here, I was talking about how I'm not really much of a fan of capitalism and its effects on the gaming industry. I think that a lot of the issues that we have in the gaming industry stem from having such an emphasis on trying to make the most amount of money as possible. And that's why we don't get shorter games like, well, not shorter games, but smaller scale games. Like we were talking about, like Banishers.
Right.
And like, would you guys consider Astrobot AAA or AA?
I think I think it's
I
considered
think
a AAA game.
I think exactly. I
They
think
got the
consider it AAA.
designator because of the backing. Remember, the financial backing is what gives a game its AAA
No,
stamp.
no loot boxes, Tony. No loot boxes.
So yeah, it was a AAA game.
Well, yeah, I actually just recently played the Astros Playroom, and so the reason why I asked that, it was just like, it was essentially just an asset flip. Like,
It was.
a lot of the stuff that they put into that game, they already had. Like, they already had built out.
Yeah,
So
so
I don't-
why was it a AAA game then? Why did they what
Yeah.
kind of money did they push into that game to make it a AAA designated? This is what I'm talking about with this new like identifier. Like with AAA games, a lot of games tend to get that moniker without you actually seeing the quality of a AAA title, right? Which is why a lot of people are kind of like gravitating more to like AA titles. Like I said, the Banishers, the what was the
Prince
other
of
one?
Persia.
The Prince of Persia, the Helldivers. Like those are all AA games, right?
We like our AAA games though.
We do
Warhammer.
I like
AAA
my
games that are worth
quadruple
it.
A games. Like
No, don't say it. Don't say it.
Nah,
Don't say it.
quintuple A games.
Don't say it. Please don't say it.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways,
Right.
shout out Ubisoft.
But yeah, I do like AAA games, but only when they're good.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But when they're good, they're beautiful. That's the thing about
yeah.
that. That's the thing that actually makes a AAA game. Okay, because you can have good and bad AA games, but when you have good AAA games, they're usually masterpieces, and that is kind of like the prestige that a AAA game gets access to that a AA game will not get access to.
Reaper said you wouldn't have gaming market as it is without capitalism.
To an extent, I mean, I feel like when I specify as far as like capitalism, I'm just talking specifically about companies dumping a shit ton amount of money into a game that they don't know will work, or that gamers never even asked for, and trying to chase the latest money machine. You know what I mean? Like trying to make the next Fortnite. Just because something worked for Fortnite, something worked for this game or that game, doesn't mean it's going to work for that. And so we end up getting Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League. You know what I mean?
Everyone's chasing dragons at the end of the day.
That shit ended up being Suicide Squad, kill Warner Brothers.
Kill Rocksteady,
the studio.
Warner Brothers,
yeah, exactly.
killed everybody, bro. but you're right. Like it becomes chasing dragons at that point. Like everybody, whatever the trend is, everybody jumps on that, and then because right now it's live service,
we got to answer.
It's going to be afterwards.
Bonita. Sorry, what's the difference between double and AAA? And what does that mean for a novice like me?
Oh, I didn't see that. My bad. The chat's kind of moving. So AA means it's all about the funding, right? So I don't know where it gets its AAA designator at what amount, but I know if it's a $300 million game, if it's a $300 million game, it's a AAA title. Let me Google that so I can.
She already Googling that. She heated. She don't like us.
Oh, by the way, just to let y'all know, it's they them. Just to let y'all know.
Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
But yeah, Reaper said Nintendo, Sega, Sony, Microsoft have always done this. The consoles themselves are gambles that put. Oh shit! Hold on. Oh damn! Hold on. Oh shit!
Baldur's Gate is definitely AAA.
Yes, it is. Baldur's Gate is AAA.
Our gambles. It put the chat is moving, and I'm trying to keep this message.
I love it though.
Companies put in debt to begin with. It's no surprise that this extends to games themselves. That's a fair point. That's a fair point. I think the emphasis at this point, since we gaming as we're say 80s, 90s, close to like maybe as far as consoles, like about 50 years at this point, 40 years, something like that. 80, 90, 10, 20, about 40, 50 years. If we're starting at like what was it, like Sega Genesis type shit.
Yeah.
I feel like we should be at a point where we should be emphasizing like a middle ground where, yeah, you're gambling on something that you know works, or if you don't know that it works, put a little bit less money into it to where you can kind of like allocate the dollars where they need to go and make sure that you get the right people that know what they're doing to make the most of this set budget. And then let's say it's a fucking smash hit. Your game, instead of putting $400 million into a game like Concord, you put 60 million, 70 million, or however much it was into a game like Prince of Persia, and you offer it on more than just, you know, one gaming hub, you know, put it on Steam, put it on, etc. You're the likelihood that you will be in the positive is going to be immensely, like way more.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. I think a lot of these studios still think having the moniker, just having the AAA moniker sells their titles. And they're now realizing that, oh shit, no, it doesn't, not anymore. I remember that used to be like a thing. Like if you had that AAA next to your name, people would probably try the game. It has a better shot at getting played. But that's not happening anymore. It's not.
Yeah, especially with the access to like being able to have your own opinion on these games. Like, you know, you go back to the 90s, you couldn't just fire up a YouTube or, you know, go to your computer and record your review of said game. And, you know, you have X amount of people saying the same thing and it's negative. That's going to impact the sales of the game going forward.
Infect too.
Infect too. They should have seen lost their touch with their audience expectations versus their corporate expectations.
Yeah,
and I think the corporate expectations is the capitalist or the capitalism aspect that I'm concerned about.
It's done
like
by
I don't have an
committee.
issue. I don't have an issue with them like branching off into movie. Like I'm excited for the Ghost of Tsushima movie. I'm excited for fucking Secret Level too.
Secret Level's I think is gonna be amazing.
You know, and if the God of War series ever comes together and they get the right casting and stuff, that I would be excited for that too. So I think there are some good things that can be taken away from capitalism. Like we wouldn't be able to have this type of stuff, but the way that it has shifted the gaming industry, or at least the corporates from the corporate side of things, to where there's like false expectations, or you know, they put money into one thing expecting this to be their version of something that doesn't necessarily apply. There's that gap that he just put in that message where there's audience expectations and corporate expectations. Audiences are looking for one thing and corporate is looking for money. So
they're not aligned with their audience. This is what it is. And Tony says, I think they'll realize it's not working soon, just one or two Concord away. I'm
one or two more.
Here's the thing, right? With I think Sony's slowly learning their lesson, just off of the fact that they've canceled so many live service games already. They canceled like 6 a couple of months ago, like immediately. One being the Spider-Man game that we thought we saw, which I'm still kind of bummed out about. I think that shit would be fire.
Yeah, they would have had my money, man. I don't know,
bro. I personally think that it would have been dope, but it's the mere fact that it was a live service game. Had it been just like an additional component to the whole Spider-Man game, where you can play with friends, but no, you can't just have multiplayer games anymore. It has to be live service. Like,
it has to be a money machine.
Fuck out of here, bro.
It has to be a money machine.
Right. But also, it was Spider-Man game. It was the Last of Us game as well. I don't remember what that was called.
So Factions, the first one actually had Factions as a multiplayer game that came out, which was why I'm frustrated with that. And granted, it came down to them having to dedicate their studio specifically
Yeah,
for
because it's a small team. They have a small
right.
team.
So they would have to choose between one of the two.
Mhm.
But for what because it sounded ambitious as hell. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? Like it was going to be, I guess, similar to Concord in the aspect of like having movie-like cutscenes that play out every so often and in certain areas that are connected to the universe. But they were trying to make a battle royale game, and Factions has never been a battle royale game. It more closely would be, I would make the comparison to like Overwatch,
Mhm.
where if you were to try to translate that into today's market, it would have worked better to have like a mode, like an escort mode, or like a, you know, a capture the territory mode, or whatever you want to call it. And then the team deathmatch and stuff like that. Whereas they were trying to have, you know, however many X amount of people drop into this big area and loot and whatever, et cetera, and so forth. They already had a blueprint that worked, because the Factions mode, even today, I believe, is still being played by people. People
Mhm.
still loved it. That was what they were looking for. But because they were looking for live service and they wanted all of these different versions of their version of Fortnite, it just kind
Mhm.
of it turned into
Yeah,
something that
because the
it wouldn't
games
have been
like that
maintainable.
will need a lot of support. Live
Yeah,
service games need a lot of support.
yeah,
Reaper said, didn't Sony publicly state that they were going back to focusing on single player games?
yeah.
They
That was like
recently
a
did that.
week ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hiroki Totoki came
Hmm.
out and issued a statement, something about that.
I mean,
Um,
they're still coming out with Fair Game, Dollar Sign, and Marathon.
I think they can't. It's probably so late in development that they can't turn
Yeah,
it
yeah.
back.
Some of them they can't cancel now. Hmm.
And so they might just pull another Concord though. Like if the game comes out and it's poorly received, they just pull that from the market.
Pull the plug.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't know, man. I mean, granted, I'm not looking for the game to be bad. Like I would always want the game to be good and be successful. But
Mhm.
you know, if it's something that you're not really known for and it's honestly not what your customer base or audience has come to have faith in you for, I don't really see the point in it, I guess. But I mean, you know, I was with the multiplayer foray. I just didn't want it to come at the cost of single player games. And it seems like to this point, it has come at the cost of single player games, because we missed out on like a whole Tommy DLC for The Last of Us Part 2 because
Mhm.
they had spent X amount of time focusing on trying to make this battle royale game, the new factions mode. So
Mm.
it is what it is, man. It
It
is
is
what it is.
what it is.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So, sir,
It's
you happen to be a
$40
fellow
though?
Luke Stevenson viewer.
So you happen to be a wait, are you talking about me?
You watch Luke Stevenson?
Luke Stevens?
Luke Stevens. Luke
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Stevens.
I've
Yeah.
I've seen his videos on YouTube before.
I watch his videos here and there.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit of Angry Joe Show, a little bit of Joy Raptor, a whole bunch of different people.
Yeah.
Marlin Gaming Nation. I don't know if y'all have heard of him, but
No.
I really like his he has a lot of live streams and he covers gaming news and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He's calling it Fair Games Dollar Sign. Oh, so I actually called it that because someone else in the chat actually said Fair
Fear
Games
Games
Dollar Sign.
dollar sign.
I said it was Fair Games, and I thought I was saying it wrong, so I said Fair Games Dollar Sign. So, okay, well, yeah, I didn't know
Yeah.
that's what that was. But yeah, so very interesting conversation though. I hadn't seen anything about the gambling and the gaming heads coming
The
together at a
parallel. Yeah.
conference. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it's like really like talked about like that, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it really only gets discussed once it gets predatory. It's more of a
Pretty
reactive
much.
topic, like, oh, this is too much versus this would be like an acceptable way of like, well, I don't know, man. Do y'all think gambling is just too toxic of an aspect to really just put in games at all, or is there some version of gambling that?
That's tough because
Hmm.
what about all the characters that rely on randomness?
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
so the question I really have here is like, do we remove gambling as a specific element or a specific mechanic in a game, or do we remove exactly Juju, or do we remove how deep do we go? Do we remove things that are pure gambles in games? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like
Like
RNG.
RNG.
RNG, exactly,
Oh,
exactly.
Juju says
How
RNG
deep do
is
we take
not
this?
gambling.
Yeah, but the question is, how deep do we take this?
Right.
Ah, got you.
Y-
Yeah.
I don't think there should. You know, I like loot boxes.
So I
I can't lie.
I think when it gets toxic is if through gambling you get a gameplay aspect that would make the game easier or like I don't know, less competitive. Like
Yeah.
let's say like I don't know, with like a fighting game, right? Like there's a whole bunch of different moves or like special moves that you could get for a specific character, and you unlock these loot boxes that could contain a special move that's like super OP,
That
or
fighting
like
game would be
with
broken. Nobody would play it.
or like Sparking Zero,
Facts.
you had to like get Whis through a loot box, or you had to get some super strong character,
Mm.
but only after you open so many loot boxes and stuff like that. That I feel like that would be like, okay, this is kind of like
I'm with Danny on this. Nah, so that game would be trash. If you're gonna have loot boxes in games, they cannot give you mechanics.
Imagine paying for
Mhm.
DP.
They
That'll
cannot.
be
whoa, wait, whoa, wait. Okay, I'm just gonna move on. Okay, he said, yeah, okay, because that was crazy.
Wait. Do you know what a TP is?
No, I just read that word for word, and the first thing I thought of was like, now how did we get here? You know what I mean? Would you mind explaining that for the
DP
class?
is Dragon Punch.
Dragon
in Street
Punch.
Fighter.
Okay. I was so concerned because I was just like, why is this the topic now?
That's crazy.
Okay, I got you now.
So
Okay.
your loot boxes should just have character skins and weapon skins, sprays and shit like that, and you shouldn't be able to buy them. And it's okay if they have rare items, but you shouldn't be able to buy the loot boxes because then that means people can get addicted to buying loot boxes for your fucking game.
Right.
You should only be able to earn them.
Mhm.
Gotcha. Yeah. Everything random is not gambling. Funnily, everything gambling is not random either. Oh wow.
Yeah, I feel like in casinos they have control over a lot of those things,
I wouldn't be
whether you win or
surprised.
lose. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like
30%
maybe.
X-rated podcast confirm. Right. Nah. But yeah, I think there is a they have a lot of control than we would actually
Hmm.
believe. Trust me.
Yeah.
But yeah. But that's pretty much it today, guys. This was actually a dope ass conversation, fellas.
Yeah. I listen, every time I come here, man, it's always a good conversation, bro. I have a good time.
Listen, I don't. So Trez said something, and I think it's pretty similar for me as well. Like IRL, I don't really have people that I talk video games with. I'm gonna be honest. So this
Yeah.
is like, yeah, this is a breath of fresh air. Every time we get to do this, bro, it's like a lot of fun. So we just get a bunch of like-minded individuals and we have conversations. We shoot the shit. That's fun. It's amazing.
Yeah, I agree. I actually saw my friends, maybe like my IRL friends, like 2 days ago for the Tyson Paul fight. That's a
Which
whole other
was
thing.
that scripted fight? Because that was
Yeah,
definitely unscripted.
God, from the get-go, man. I think I knew the moment I saw Mike Tyson's ass cheeks. I'm like, okay, this is there's somebody knows how this is gonna go, because there's no way I fired up this TV screen thinking I'm finna see Mike Tyson's ass cheeks. So I was sold at that point. But I saw them, and yeah, I just, I would go over gaming stuff like that. You know what I mean? We all play video games, but to the depth that I'm like that I look at
No,
this
they
shit,
don't watch the industry like how we watch the
yeah.
industry.
So yeah, I love having these conversations. man,
My
for sure.
friend, my friend's knowledge in video games are like Call of Duty.
I got Tinky, and that's it. He's the
I
only
got
person
you.
I know in real life that I could talk video games with.
Yeah.
Dude, he will call me while working his accounting job, have the phone in his ear. He'd be hear me in his AirPods, and he'd be like whispering when no one's around. He'd be like, "Yo, so like, what do you do against Rashid when Rashid goes to do this?" I'd be like, "Bro, you at work right now? You worried about character specific matchup data?"
Are you not on the clock? You
Right.
talking frame data with me right now.
But yeah, bro. So here's the thing, though. I'm glad I remembered. So we had a few guests here prior that we've had this game before, and it's called the Game of the Year Roulette, and we want to do it with you today.
Okay.
Pause.
All right. Okay.
So I will be listing off some games, and you're going to give us your placement of those games, of how likely they would be to be Game of the Year.
Ooh. Okay. Okay. All right.
Right?
This will be
All right.
interesting.
Right. So you have how many? I think it's 5 games. You have 5 spots, right?
Okay.
So let's get into it. Right? These are Game of the Year predictions. First off, let's start. Number 1, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. Where would you
I got
place that?
5 spots.
5 spots.
Damn. This is a blind ranking right now.
Blind rank, bro.
Juju,
Blind
check your
rank.
DMs. I already answered you.
I'm going to say number 4 because I don't know what these other games are and I don't want to go too high.
All
I
right.
don't want to go too high.
Final Fantasy Rebirth.
Damn, that I feel like that's a safe, but I'm gonna hold out. I'm gonna put that number 2 because I'm like I don't want to give the number 1 spot up too early.
Okay.
But that's yeah, I think that might be one of them. I wouldn't be
Number 4.
surprised.
What you said number 4 was Like a Dragon?
Like a Dragon.
Okay.
Suicide Squad?
Hell no.
Is Concord
No.
in there?
Suicide Squad is certainly Game of the Year contender for worst Game of the Year. For worst
Game of the Year.
Oh,
All right.
man.
All right. So Final Fantasy, you didn't give me a spot yet.
Oh, number
No,
2.
wait.
Number 2.
Number 2. All right, Final Fantasy. Because at the end, what we're gonna do is come back as a panel,
Yeah.
and see where your placements were. Okay. Final Fantasy Rebirth. I got that down. Black Myth Wukong.
Okay. So I'm gonna go with number 1. I'm gonna go with number 1. I feel like that's a safe number 1. I have my issues with it. Fuck. It's the fact that I don't know what's happening. Can I switch these spots like before the end? Like if I
switched it, and then they tried to roast me for switching it, and I was like, "Bro, that's why you guys' list is horrible, and my list is accurate."
I have a bunch of games. So you don't even have to put a game on a list if you don't want to. By the way.
Oh, I didn't know that was an option. Okay.
So that's the other thing because I have a shit ton more games to go through here. It's not gonna. It's more than 6 games.
Cool. So then, with that being said, can I take off Like a Dragon? Okay.
Oh, so you said not nominated at all?
Yeah, not nominated. No. If I have to choose, because I feel like that niche in and of itself, like it would have to be like revolutionary in order to win over some of these other titles. Like,
which is why I think Black Myth. This is why I think Black Myth. But all right, it's okay. The other one you said not Dragon's Dogma 2.
Yeah. It's in the conversation for sure.
Well, where would you put
I wasn't so I'll actually I'll put it at 3. I'll put it at 3 because it's definitely not the worst of the group. I think the combat is definitely where it shines. The story is a little bit drug out and a little uninteresting at different points in times. But it's definitely up there though. It's definitely high quality.
So you think it's gonna get nominated?
Yeah, I think it'll be nominated. I don't think it'll win, but I think it'll get nominated.
Okay. Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown.
Oh man. Oh man. So damn. That was a fucking good. The combat is fucking fire though. But the reality of the style of game, yeah. So okay, because I actually enjoyed that more than Dragon's Dogma. I'm gonna move Dragon's Dogma to 4 and put Prince of Persia at 3.
Oh, let's go. Let's fucking go. All right, cool. I'm still playing that game right now because I'm playing the DLC. I'm playing the DLC.
You sound tripping.
You tripping. What is the story of that game?
What?
Listen,
what is the story?
Let's just go to
The
the next
Prince,
one. Let's go to the next one.
The Prince of Persia.
Let's go to the next game.
Wait.
I will not be elaborating further.
I feel like that game don't even got a story.
No, Prince of Persia does have a story.
Yeah.
It does have a story.
Is it good?
Well, yes. Serviceable.
Listen, serviceable. Bro, listen, I'm not trying to be a dick, but you cannot be Game of the Year and have a bad story.
Anytime someone follows with,
so
I'm not trying to be a dick, but
to combat that point, me personally, I would say The Last of Us Part 2 argues that point, saying that you can't be a Game of the Year nominee and have a bad story.
No, you could be a nominee, but you're not gonna win the Game of the Year with the
But this is not about who wins though. It's who probably gets nominated. And then
but I mean by implication though, number 1 would be technically my winner for all.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you can pick so the number 1 means that you are confident that it's going to be number 1. It's gonna be the winner.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? Because you put it at number 1. So the fact that you put it at number 1 that's you saying that
we still. It's not a bad story. That's some bias. Listen. This is not what that podcast is for because we will talk until the end of time about that. But again, but I also wouldn't say it's hot ass. The gameplay is fire. Anyways, moving on.
The gameplay is dope, but I don't like the story. The gameplay does look dope. But I don't like the story.
Okay, so I have Wukong number 1. I have Final Fantasy 7. Or and then I have Prince of Persia 3.
Yeah,
Dragon's Dogma 4.
Yeah.
Okay, how many more games do we have to go through?
Let's see. 1. Yes. We have 1, 2, 3. Yeah. 3
more games.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's get it. So I really only have the
Helldivers 2. Helldivers 2.
I mean, it's definitely going to get nominated off of hype alone because that was like a fucking time in gaming. Astrobot. So previously, if you had asked me, I would have said maybe Astrobot is like maybe 2, 3, arguably number 1. But the fact that it's an asset flip, it comes off a little bit more low effort. The story is just like, oh, it's a cute little story, but the boss battles are fucking fire.
But they were, pardon the French, but they were dick riding this game, bro.
Can I get Pzo's opinion on this?
Okay.
Elden Ring DLC.
So about that,
can't get nominated. It's not a game.
I know there's cash. You put
that
bias in his head now because he wasn't gonna.
No. From what I've seen, because I have not beaten Moog yet. I'm still in my first playthrough, and Moog has been beating the absolute dog shit out of me. But from what I've seen, the area is literally almost as big as the base game itself, with almost as many enemies. It's damn near another game within a DLC.
But it's a DLC.
Bro,
it's designated as a
Call of
DLC.
Duty Modern Warfare 3
on
is
top
DLC.
of the base game.
It wasn't nominated for Game of the Year, though, Harless.
That is the only difference. But okay. So we got shit. I got to go back. What were the games? The Astrobot was one, and there was another one. I
What
can't
did I
remember
say
what the other
before?
one you
I
said.
said Helldivers 2. And
Helldivers 2.
Yeah.
Okay, Helldivers 2. Helldivers 2. I'm gonna be honest with you. I hated Helldivers 2. I thought it was too.
What?
I thought it was too difficult. I didn't think it was a bad game. It was just like it was never a game that I could just jump into and have fun. I was literally not closing my eyes for 30 minutes every time I played this game. And that's like trying to every time you try to extract, right? You have X amount of monsters coming at you from all angles and sides. You can break your leg, you got a stem. You're walking through mud.
Just say you trash and get on with it.
Fuck it, I'm trash. I don't give a fuck. I'm trash, but the game is worse. You know what I mean? Like I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
No.
But that's what's amazing about it. That game reminds me of the meme that's like
The dog in the burning house.
When do we enjoy the game? That's the thing. You don't. That is what that reminds me of. But anyways, so I'm a controversial. I know in real life it'll be nominated, but I'm not gonna include it because fuck that game.
Wow. So I have
there's
another
that.
one. Because this I don't feel right adding metaphor after the fact because we didn't ask the other guest this one. So
Yeah.
metaphor was there, so I'm gonna skip metaphor.
Okay.
But Animal Well was on there. So Animal Well. What are your thoughts?
Animal Well. Okay, so
you-
really
now it's between Animal Well
Astro-
now and Astrobot.
okay. So I think this is what I'm gonna do. I think I'm keeping Black Myth at number 1. I'm thinking Final Fantasy State. I think the top 2 is solid. 3.
Prince of Persia. So you're taking out Prince of Persia for Astrobot? No fucking way.
No. I'm not taking it out. I'm thinking about taking out Dragon's Dogma 2, moving Prince of Persia down, and putting that at number 4, Astrobot at number 3, and then because because you can't ask me about Fantasio, you can't ask me, or in the other option is Animal Well, and I've never played that.
But it's a high-rated game.
That's fine. I can't speak to the highly ratedness of the game, so I'm gonna put Helldivers at number 5 then.
I said, what's that got to do with me?
I'm gonna put Helldivers. So it's Black Myth Wukong, Final Fantasy, Astrobot,
Prince of Persia,
and Helldivers 2.
Helldivers 2. Holy shit! I thought you were never gonna add Helldivers 2.
You know, it got added by technicality, but it's still fuck that game though. if there's ever a spot for it to be, if there were 6 slots, it would be at 6.
If
there was 7,
better, that game bored me so much that I had to start shooting my teammates to get any enjoyment out of it. And then we turned the game into PvP. We shut off the HUDs.
We shut off the HUDs, bro.
So we couldn't see each other on the map. Shut off.
So not only are you running from all of these fuckers, you're
yes,
running from your fucking
team. Yeah, bro.
And then we had to kill. It was whoever can get onto the ship by themselves was the winner.
Yeah, bro. What we did was we basically called like a 15-second truce, turn off HUDs, do everything, then we run in the opposite direction of each other, and then we start searching for each other afterwards. That shit was fucking fun, bro.
Wow.
Fun.
Okay. Very creative. Very creative.
Yeah, bro.
If I was online though, I would have reported y'all.
No, it was just us playing. We weren't playing with other people.
Yeah, no, I know.
But that shit was fun.
Oh God. Okay. I feel like that's a solid list though. I'm interested to hear y'all's. I don't what did y'all's 1 through 5? Where are y'all at?
I have Black Myth Wukong winning it all. I Final Fantasy 7 up there high.
Okay. Okay.
I think I my list and your list looks pretty similar. Except for thing was in there. Not Final Fantasy. I think Helldiver wasn't there. I don't think. You know what I forgot to mention? Also, Heartless.
Pizza bet. We got to bet him.
Yeah. So this is a pizza bet, by the way. So how a pizza bet works is, if you lose, you have to buy us a pizza. And vice versa.
No. Whoever gets the closest between the 3 of us wins a pizza, and the other 2 have to buy him pizza.
Buy a pizza. Yeah.
Got you. Okay.
So here's mine was, but I forgot to tell him. What's that game that came out that everybody was losing their shit about with the hot chick?
Stellar Blade, Stellar Blade,
Stellar
Stellar
Blade.
Blade.
Stellar Blade.
Stellar Blade was also on this roulette. My bad.
Yeah, I haven't played Stellar Blade.
So you can't give it. Okay, so the list stays the same.
It stays the same, yeah.
I think Stellar Blade was mine. Black Myth, Wukong
They definitely
was
got
on mine.
Jiggle Physics of the Year though.
Wow.
Facts. Well, I mean, have you played First Descendant? Because they have
Yes,
jiggle
I have.
physics plus bikini suits as well. Debatable.
He said
Maybe
debated.
it's one and two.
You know what's crazy? I don't hear anyone talking about First Descendants anymore.
Yeah, it did come and go. It for sure came and went.
She sounds like my first wife.
Wow. A couple of months, bro, and it was gone.
Yeah.
This shit lasted longer than my first wife.
Yo, I think the only news that I've heard about it is they're coming out with a new I forget what they call their operators or
New
whatever.
bikini.
Oh, that too. That was the second point that I was going to make. But the first one, there's this new guy that they're adding to the game. Legit looks like Blade.
Really?
Yeah. I think his name is like Void Chaser or something like that. And if you look him up, swear if you were scrolling past on like a social media site, you would think it's like a Blade cosplay or something like that, even down to the glasses. So, but aside from that, I haven't seen any interesting like gameplay changes or anything like that. It's just cosmetics and a new character. It's a new season.
For the most part, they were saying the game was just too grind heavy. That's kind of why a lot of people couldn't get behind it.
Yep. If the grind is not fun, it's hard for me to stay like tuned into the game. That's kind of why I kind of gave up on Throne and Liberty. Like the Throne and Liberty was fun. It was fun with friends at first, and then after a while, it just got super grindy and like slow to get different particles for one thing. I was like, fuck, I could be doing 20 different things right now. So
yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. So apparently the game of the year announcements are gonna be today. Holy shit. And we missed that.
What happened?
The game of the year nominees are gonna be today.
Oh.
But wait. Game of the
Monster
year
Hunter isn't boring. True.
But I didn't see it. I don't see anything about it right
Wait.
now.
Did they say what time today, or was it supposed to be at midnight?
It says 7. It was supposed to be 7:30, but I totally missed that window.
The 18th?
Yes, today.
Well, it hasn't happened yet.
No, it happened. It happened.
If it's on the 18th, how did it happen now?
Wait.
Oh, you're right.
It's tomorrow.
Tomorrow. You're right.
Oh, okay.
I was looking at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I missed it too. But I looked at the time and was like, wait, today's the 18th? So it's gonna be today, by the way.
Okay. So we're gonna get the answer then in a few hours.
Yeah. So this is Insider Gamer. This is their predictions for the nominees, right? Astrobot, Metaphor, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Shadow of the Erdtree. Are you serious? And Black Myth Wukong.
Wait.
Insider Gaming as Shadow of the Erdtree on
It's
this.
a prediction, but he's
at
feeling vindicated.
At this point, you motherfuckers owe me pizza. That's all I gotta
say. No.
Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you. If they are legit counting DLCs, I probably would feel a little robbed because, like,
exactly that's what I'm saying. That can't. I don't think that's right. But hey.
But I mean, to their point though, I feel like that's a special case. Like I wouldn't have nominated maybe like Phantom Liberty or something like that for Game of the Year. While it was a good expansion, it wasn't as big as Shadow of the Erdtree.
Right.
So I feel like that's like a exception, not the rule type shit. So
right. All right. So let's switch gears a little bit and let's hop into our speedrun section. Get that pun? No? Okay, great. Heartless.
Yo, very nice. I'm ready. The speedrun section is kind of light this week, but it's okay. We're gonna get through it even speedier. First one. Wait, are you guys ready?
Yeah.
About to hit y'all with the ready, set, go. Okay. The first one. Sophie Turner, HBO. I'm just kidding. Sophie Turner, HBO. Sansa Stark is in talks to play Lara Croft in the upcoming Amazon Prime Video series. I don't see it. She's a redhead. I really don't see it. I got
can't see
Angelina
her as a
Jolie.
brunette.
I
They're
got
gonna dye
Angelina
her
Jolie in my
hair.
head.
If that would, oh wait, who?
In my mind, I just see Angelina Jolie playing Lara Croft from my childhood. You know what I'm saying?
No,
That's
I
why.
actually-
if
I
you're
like
gonna go,
Sophia.
go ahead.
The Vikander, the girl that she played, the actress that played Lara Croft recently. Remember that Tomb Raider movie?
In the
That was
last movie,
I think that was pretty decent. That Tomb Raider movie was it was pretty
Okay.
good. It was fine. It wasn't
Okay.
anything to really write home about, but it was a good movie to me personally. You don't remember it, do you?
I don't.
God
I
damn.
think it was. No, I remember the movie happening, but
Yeah.
I don't remember like.
Alicia Vikander is her name. I just remembered her name.
Yeah,
I was
don't
definitely thinking
remember
about her. All right, next one on the list. Stellar Blade is coming to PC next year.
Mhm.
Okay.
And then after that, we got Half-Life 2 available for free on Steam until November 18th. Let me go pull that up and snatch that.
Yeah.
Say what? I'm about to do
Remind me
that right
yourself.
now.
Half-Life 2 snatched up free.
I didn't know that.
It says it's not available yet. Excuse me.
What?
Coming soon. Add to my wish list. Yeah, we'll do that.
No, I see it. I see Half-Life 2 RTX. Unless that's not it.
Yeah, but when you click it, you can't download it. It just says coming soon.
What the fuck? Half-Life. Yeah, I don't see it here. Oh, never mind. I see it. It's there. Just type in Half-Life. You got to spell it out. I found it.
What, you can download it?
Yeah, I found it. I downloaded it already. Add to
Wait, what are you typing? What did you type in?
Half-Life 2. Not one word. Half space life 2.
Oh.
You found it?
Yeah, I found it.
Yeah, it's not registered in my account. That's all I care about. Pizzo and I was just talking about this game that I played this fucking game in black and white.
Yeah. Yep. Just
And
had
now,
that conversation.
now I found out it's free. You fucking I'm taking this shit. Well, thank you, Big C. Going to bed for real now. This man said goodbye about an hour ago, bro. And he's still here. Shout out to Joe TJ.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man. Shout out for sure.
All right. But yo, that was pretty good, guys. Thank y'all for hanging out. It's super dope. Pizzo, before we depart here, let the people know where they can find you.
Listen, man. The easiest way to find me, right? PzoPlays.info. That's going to have every link that you can think of, aside from my Blue Sky, which I can't promote yet because I don't know how to, because their username system is kind of funky. It's like PzoPlays.bsky.app or some shit. I don't know, but I'll add it whenever I get it situated. I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday on Twitch. The YouTube is going to be in the PzoPlays.info. I cover gaming news as well. Playing a Dragon Age Veilguard, which I don't think that's game of the year. I'm not so far at least. So, what else? Starting to make a shift into Instagram. So instead of doing TikToks, because we don't know if TikTok is going to be here in a few months, I'm going to try to diversify my content. But yeah, if you just want to connect with me though, yeah, definitely pull up to the Twitch, jump in the Discord. We'd love to have you. And yeah, it's a very similar vibe to this, which is why I chose to be on the, or not chose, well, I was glad that I was chosen to be on this show for a second time. So I always enjoy myself here. Yeah, give me a follow, whatever you feel like, etc. I know most of y'all in here anyways. Just because Jay, I'm always up late and Jay raids out like almost every other day. So, but
Okay,
yeah, man.
what's up?
And Penixie, we still got to play Monster Hunter whenever it drops. So, but yeah, so
Heartless, let the people know where they can find you.
Yo, you know who it is. Your brother Heartless, aka Street Jesus, aka I ain't got no more AKAs. But anyways, you guys can find me at the Twitch / the Heartless_99, or you can catch me on the KXI Network. It's Twitch/KXI Network. And y'all, what it is, KXI die. Much love to everybody.
All right, guys, and y'all know who I be, bro. Y'all are on my channel right now. Follow the channel if you're not, and just search for me. Just click the link tree, and you'll find all my links. Appreciate y'all. But anyways, we're gonna do our official sign out. Okay, and that's it for today's show, guys. If you enjoyed the show, be sure to subscribe to your favorite podcast platform of choice and leave a goddamn review. Tell them that you love the show. 5 stars, please. Really appreciate it. You can also follow us on all our respective Twitters. Links are in the descriptions and all the show notes. And, let us know what you think about today's topic. Now, that is all for today, actual gamers. Been your boy Cash, Heartless, and PzoPlays. And this is Gamer Actual 39. God damn, we're at 39.
It's crazy.
Take care. Good night. Peace. That's just for the podcast shit.
Who are we rating out to?
I don't know.
That's a good
I want
question.
to rate out to. Find somebody. Pizzo, you can find someone too. Shit.
I'm searching. I'm looking.
Chat, if you guys have anyone else also, you can let us know as well. We got 15 people in here. Shout out to all y'all, bro.
Shout out
Listen,
for show.
Listen. I really appreciate everybody for pulling up every week to show up for this podcast. I really do. That's real love right there.
I got somebody, Steven Sway. He's playing some Once Human, and then actually no. I take that back. There's a guy, Sean Cam Gaming. He's good people, very good people.
Cam, why does that sound so familiar?
I mean, you might have seen him around, but he does a lot of stuff for like VR and stuff like that, and he's been like his VR clips on TikTok. I think he has like 2 or 3. They have like over like 200, 300K views and shit. So
yeah,
very likely that you may have seen him around once or twice.
Sean
Would not
Cam,
be
does it spell SEAN or the SHAWN?
I just put it in the.
Oh, I just spelled it correctly. So okay.
Hey, there you go.
I could read, guys. God damn.
Hey.
I didn't believe it.
Got to get more Overwatch rolling, of course, man. I had fun the other night, by the way, Phoenixy. Definitely.
It's a great time. Thank you, Tony. Appreciate it. Appreciate you for coming in here, Tony, too. I don't even know when you started, Tony, but you've been here for a while. And Tony pops in every Sunday.
He's one of them
every
ones.
Sunday. Yeah, appreciate that. Thank y'all. Really do. All right, guys, we're rating out to Sean. Much love, much appreciation. When your boy Cash, we out of here. Peace. I think that's the guy he's definitely the person you made us read out to the last time.
Are you serious?